Okay, my fault, ZOXFAM. My stream, I started streaming. I didn't actually connect it to the right stream, so that was my bad. If you guys are coming in now, we should be good. Yo, Yusu, appreciate you for the Prime sub too. Listen. I was sitting there like, yo, why is it not streaming in the right stream? I was like, okay. But yeah, guys, we're streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. So again, appreciate you guys that are already here that have been waiting. Sorry for the little technical difficulty there. But nonetheless, definitely make sure you guys like the stream so we can get some more people in here. We are currently, what is this, day 4? I'm like 200 and something stamina away from being able to start my nightmare grind. So I'm just gonna let that go in the background, and yeah, we'll be pushing. But let's go ahead. Let's see what's going on with the chat. Yo, what's good, Bojack? How you doing, fam? Yo, what's up, Lonzo? Sim, what's up, fam? Slasher, Rashawn, what's good, bro? Yo, what's good, Rare the Luke? Said nice to be back in Zox stream. Appreciate you for being here too. What's up, Sir Zafrael? You said you're unfollowing now. I'm dead. Said we lost the whole 5 minutes of refreshes. We're never gonna get back. Yo, hey, listen. Wait, you said we lost a whole 5 whole minutes? Oh wow. Okay, you know what? Hey, Haven, my bad. Listen. Add it to my tab. Like, at this point, as an honorary bald guy, I think I don't know. I think I deserve a little slack, a little bit, you know. Yo, you said this game has been amazing, so amazing ride so far, man. Yeah, I'm finally like normalizing my account, so I like am like grinding stuff the way that I want to. There's so much that kind of like I think what it is that like, how can I put it? I think one of the things that I've been like trying to do with a lot of games is like there's games that are like similar, right? Like, or there's things that you can take into a game that makes the games like similar to each other, but there's also things that makes the games different. So I think that, like, for example, the one thing that I think is kind of like hurting a lot of players' progression right now, in comparison, when they're comparing it to other players, it's not that like they're doing bad. It's just that they're not progressing as fast. So they think they're doing bad. So like the whole like stamina refill thing, it's like a lot of players are like came into the games like, oh, I played these other games. I'm not doing that because I need to summon. But I'm like, bro, like outside of the 20 pulls that I've done, so I want you guys to know I purposely haven't like gone ham spending because I wanted to make a point of how many pulls you get. So if you look at like how many pulls I've done so far, right? 20 of them came from that dollar pack, and it was another thing I had got. But that means everything else was from me just playing the game. That was from nothing else, right? So I've done 322. So like I said, I minus that. So in 4 days, I did about 300 pulls, right? And that's me pushing now going to like 35. So I'm like, bro, that's a lot of pulls for you to like go through at a soft pity of 50, at a max rotation potentially of 80, right? And that's worst of the worst, right? That's the worst case scenario. So I honestly, I like I was telling you guys before, it was a conversation that the developers had where they were like, we want players to refill in the beginning. Like but they said they were going to provide enough currency for you to be able to do so. So that's the thing with like your crystals. Like right now, I dropped even some crystals towards the gacha. I think maybe like somewhere around like 1,200 or so. Went towards the gacha. Everything else has been going to like stamina refills. I did today because I needed to, because the expiration is about to happen, or the reset's about to happen for Etheria. So I did that so I could get the lattice from there, and I'm still at almost 15k. Like that's a lot of crystals for me to like. I like, again, considering I've also been pulling at the same time. So I haven't even, or at least not from the crystals, but I've been getting enough summons to pull, basically. So it hasn't made me feel like, oh, I have to use my crystals. So it's more of a choice if you use your crystals really at that point. Because it's like, well, you have enough for you to do your stamina refills and still be gaining enough currency. So you're always going up until X point, which is why we stop at around like, I know there's some people that want a super min max, so they stop around like 35, but really you can stop around 40, right? You said, is a refill in arena worth? When you need to do a push, I think that it's worth. Because like, for example, I did it today, but I didn't do it the other 3 days. And that was because I just wanted to make sure I got that perfect lattice, because the arena shop is about to reset. So I was like, let me make sure I get that before it goes away, because that means that that's another, like, technically it's not a week, like really, but it's a rotation that I would be missing a perfect lattice. So that's why I made sure I spent that. So yeah, I mean, there's stuff like that. It all depends too on how your account's going. So you can, so like, that's the thing that's unique to this game. It's like, there's some things that's okay to skip because you're going to have certain things on your account versus other people. So you might have to make a different investment choice. Like, for example, if it's something more like lucrative that might be an SR, your choice might have been, your first like rotation in these first few days might have been, let me get all these evolution lattices I can get, the micro lattice because I'm building an R rarity, and let me get these Etheria coin because I need to build up some more gear or something. I don't know. Like, your role, like, not everybody's guaranteed to get solid gear to progress. It's RNG still. So the only thing that's really like guaranteed for the most part in comparison is shells. Like, shells are a lot easier to get going than your modules, even, because modules, especially like you'll see too, like once you start farming Nightmare and you're starting to farm Hell, it's RNG city. Like, you might get something, you might not. Right? Like, that's gear farming in general. But then like things like the Union shop, right? I decided I'm gonna completely skip the perfect lattice fragments, because it, like, to me, I don't really find that to be as valuable to me, because when I'm thinking about how that accumulates, it's like, well, if I'm going based off of just this one shop, I need 50 shards in order to make one perfect lattice. But immediate value wise, I could just buy an evolution lattice, and that's gonna get me closer to building up a unit that I can use right now in the SRs. And SRs, again, are extremely valuable. So there's even some SRs that are on par with SSRs. So it's like, would I rather take the shards, or would I rather take the guaranteed skill up? Probably the guaranteed skill up, because it's so early. Now, later on, you're going to start thinking again, but this also is a catch. There's always a double-edged sword to everything, right? Because that's off the mentality of, I'm trying to progress as fast as possible. But if you're going slower, you're like, well, I don't necessarily need to get that evolution lattice right now. I want that perfect lattice because I'm just accumulating. I'm going to build that, and I'm taking my time. So it's all in the approach and thought process that kind of would determine what decision you make. It's a, yo, dude, buy that red shadow print. See, that's the thing. I was going to, but I don't think I am, because a lot of units are usable at lower star rarities, but they're not necessarily usable without certain skills invested. So I have 2 6 stars already. I got very lucky. Hold on, let me actually do something. I meant to do it. So the reason why, so this is crazy, right? So, you know, in the Ember track, how you can roll the 2 time, or the bonus like level up thing that changes all of your rewards to a whole nother thing. I actually got that to evolve, and then the next roll I did literally gave me a shadow print for a 5-star shadow print. And then I hit it again, and then it literally gave me the 4-star shadow prints. So I literally, like, bro, I was just sitting there like, okay. And I was actually went to my mom's house yesterday, and I was just sitting there like, yo, what the heck is this? So I had got that. I had got, it was like some summons in there. It was like a group of like 4 summons. So I wrote it 3 times in the like, what, 1900 points almost that I had. So I was able to get like summons. I got shadow prints, like, and that was from the game. So I was like, yo, that's kind of crazy. So the RNG can be like that. The nice thing though is that when you do hit it, if you don't get it early, it will basically like gray out those things, so you can't roll certain things again. So it like raises your probability of being able to get those things. So that's like the only thing with that. That's why, like, again, that's why I said like it kind of all depends on like what happens on your account, because you might decide to do something completely different. And so that's like literally like my whole process. Like I've like every time, like what, and the irony is every time I played, I've actually rolled that shadow print, which is weird. So, and the crazier thing is that you can technically roll the you can roll the level up prize, you can roll then the 2 times, and then you can roll the shadow print, and it'll give you 2 of the shadow prints. I think Scion did that in the beta, and I was just sitting there like that. I mean, it's luck, but it's like it can happen. So yeah, it just kind of all depends on like where you're at. Like even like a lot of my tuning now, like I'm farming Nightmare like Doki really fast now, so there's that. If I exit that, my Terramatan I've sped up quite a bit. But a lot of it is like it's really it's the skills, man. Like understanding what your units can do, how much you're getting hit. So like if you got to do a slower rotation, you might have to build more bulk versus like trying to land stuff more. Like it like really all depends on what you have. So you have to be lucky though. But once it's like once you are, yeah, things go crazy. Yeah, exactly. At least I got my 3rd Tsukiyomi dupe in a row, so it's just so good. Bro, Tsukiyomi is actually pretty viable in DokiDoki. Like I've been seeing her in some comps for some people's rotations, and I'm like, yo, that actually, it makes a lot of sense though. It actually makes a lot of sense, because yeah, she's pretty good. So and even for those that's like pairing her up with like Borns and stuff like that, yeah, she's pretty nasty. I that's one character I still want, but hey, it is what it is. You said Sugi is great for Nico Nana too, so that's great. Yeah, that is true, and that's what I mean by like, I did for those of you guys that need help with the anti-sync for Dalia, in the video I uploaded today, that goes through that fight. I talk about the mechanic that you're fighting against. There's some options for it, but yeah, that fight it's only as hard as you kind of like make it. But that's why, like, again, there's just certain things I'm like, why would I not build that? Because it just kind of makes it easier. Unless you have like a replacement for it, then there's that. But yeah, that fight's a green fight, so it's like your main DPS is literally Leon for that. And then if you have any form of damage amp or defense break, really honestly, defense break something makes that fight so much easier, because you got to cleave. And wound is the gimmick for that fight. Yo, what's good, Westers? How you doing, fam? He said I put Rosa last night and ended up using my target for Ramoka. Little girls hit like a truck. Yeah, I mean, like, hold on, I'll show you my Doki team. Because targeting, so I know there's some people that's probably like, yo, how the hell are people getting their teams to do these things? It's a lot that goes into this thought process, but not really. Because if you understand it, then it's like, oh, wow, that makes sense. But if you don't know it, then it's like, how do you do it, right? So I'm going to do this on continuous, right? Because I need to farm this. I'll probably do one more rotation of this, and I'll do terror. But if you're doing, like, say you're using the Ramoka, right? This is why I was hyped when I got Biotin. Like, people didn't believe me when I was like, yo, I want a Biotin, because she can be used in Terror and she can be used in Doki. Characters like Kazuyo you can get for free from the box. If you don't have Mio, you can use Kraken. The entire point is the character needs to be fast, so that you can either push back everybody so that your characters can go, or you can have somebody that's able to, like, if you have Klaus, that's able to steal and then redistribute. Somebody, Freya, move you forward. Like, somebody move you forward. It makes it much easier. I decided to throw Gray in here because, I mean, hey, that's a defense break. I don't got nobody else for for damage amp. In terms of like a defense break or like an erosion or like anything like that. So the Kazuyo the Revere is the damage amp. with the defense break from Gray, and he also contributes a little bit to the damage. But the main thing that's going to let you beat this is who you're targeting. So there's people that have Ramoka and they're like, yo, she sucks, or she's not doing enough damage. And it's not because she's not doing enough damage, it's because she's not killing. So if you have your targeting on the Andrews, mind you, they're tankier. They're higher rarity. So you're shifting who the target is, because even on like some of your worser runs on RNG, these guys die so much faster. Ramoka is gonna basically like blast them. Like she's gonna straight up blast them. Like, and I mean, like I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like on a proper run when it happens, because there's some RNG in it. Sometimes it works properly, sometimes it doesn't. But that's all based on how often your debuffs land. Like the defense breaks and in the slumber is really big too. So removing of the damage reduction. But same thing on the second wave. You don't target the main dude. You literally target the guys at the on the outside. So that's gonna allow you to blast it every single time. So for example, yeah, speed tuning at the end of the day does matter. But targeting also matters too, right? Speed tuning is going to be a matter of like, for example, my most invested unit for speed is probably my Miyu. She's at like 200 speed, right? So with that, or actually 206, right? So with that being the case, what is giving me all that speed? One, she has a pretty high base speed, but then two, my shell, right? So my shell is giving me that speed. Then I'm using the Swift Rush set. Like I don't have like crazy subs on speed. Like I have +2, +2, no speed on this piece, no speed. So I'm not like speed tuning to the degree of like, you know, min maxing, right? This is just more so, this is like base speed at this point. So base speed is basically what I'm taking advantage of. And then she also just so happens to have a higher base speed. So there's that, right? So even when I'm looking at the rotation and like, okay, if I need to like speed or slow someone down, it's kind of like a trick of the trade when you're like trying to like do certain things in a specific rotation. Sometimes it's as simple as taking a piece of gear off. And that all depends on the setup. Like if you know you're going to take hits, probably not. But like in some cases you can just take a piece off and it'll slow a unit down. Especially at this point where it's like, you're not going to be trying to level gear just to see, like, you know, you're not going to be doing that. You're going to be trying to like share gear and do certain things. So you might take a piece off, right? Really all depends on the setup. Like that's what I did in my like my Aurora team, because I needed my Viper to rotate before everybody. And the speeds were like conflicting. So I was like, you know what? I literally just need him to strip. I'm taking a piece off my my Dinah. I took a piece off of her, because she was just rotating way too fast. She has a higher base speed than he does. So I was like, okay, let me take this off. Now he rotates faster. She still rotates exactly where she needs to. And I get I'm able to land my debuffs, and then I can nuke. And my main DPS for my Aurora team right now, as I'm pushing up, has just been Leon. Because I don't have like my main DPS probably might end up being Obero, because I don't have like a Rosa or, I mean, I could use Shieta there too, but that's another unit I got to consider, like thinking about lattice investments. So I was just like, let me just build up Obero. Obero does a crazy amount of single target damage, so I'm gonna just use her. Yo, what's good, Shanks? How you doing, fam? Yo, what's good, Captain Fuzzy? How you doing, fam? But yeah, so let me show you how this looks, right? So if this rotates right, you usually get the distribute. Biotin goes. I have my Gray go, because Kazuyo needs to go right before Ramoka, because anytime Kazuyo goes is right before whoever's doing damage. That's gonna blast this, right? So she kills the ad on the side, and then she kills everything else, right? That's literally how Ramoka works. So we only froze one here. I don't even think that matters. And the other thing is too, is she has a built-in stun, so she can actually remove the damage reduction. And she actually has a chance of scaling her own damage, so they're gonna probably die, whatever. But yeah, this guy is dead on the side, and then that's still blasted. Yeah, my Ramoka 6-star. Yep, I 6-starred her. So, and that's what I've done every rotation. I've always 6-star 2 DPSs at this point. Like usually by this day, I usually yes, I pushed some of her skill. It's not maxed, so it's not even maxed. This is Nightmare 3. So that's how she works, right? Yeah, it's Nightmare 3. So I'm just doing this because I need to spend more stamina, remainder stamina, so I can hit 35, and then I'm shifting into Hell mode. Yeah, the splash is what is really like crazy when you get it to max, right? So that's why, like, somebody asked me, I think the other day, and I don't know if I ever answered it, but that's why I wasn't like, they were like, what's your next character you're trying to invest skills into? And I'm like, well, I'm trying to make my you know, my DokiDoki team a little bit easier. So yeah, her skill 3, I got it at level 4 right now, and even that's still really good because that's only further increasing your chances of stunning, which means that you're removing the what's it called, the damage reduction. So that's really where that kind of comes into play. And then the splash damage is just extra at that point. This guy's like kind of almost guaranteeing when you're going up, you're kind of scaling it at its most, right? So yeah, like, and then everything else in your kit, you can just kind of move on to whoever else for the time being so that you can get some more progression. But yeah, she's insane. So do you think Messiah is better momentum plus Kenai or Kenai Fury Harvest? Momentum is that's going to be based off of what type of team he's on, because if I'm not mistaken, momentum is based off of the scaling damage on debuffs. So I guess it kind of all depends on the team comp that you're running, really, because Harvest also like further ignores defense, which isn't like necessarily a bad thing on Messiah, because it's kind of like, it's actually like his bread and butter. But even still, running onslaught on him is still very, very effective too. So it all depends on what you get, because the shell kind of makes it happen, like at the end of the day, like whatever you want to do. And some of the RNG on that is kind of hard to tell. So sometimes you have to kind of work with what you got. So like I got lucky with like what I was trying to do with my Leon, for example. Like I got an onslaught with Harvest, but I'm not necessarily going full Harvest, but it gave me the extra 10% attack. So you said, should I get Remoka from the animal shop or save for an LD unit? I personally would save for your LDs, but you know what's funny? I actually made a video. It's funny. I have a video coming talking about like the exchange shop prio and kind of like different decisions you'll make based off of like certain things. But yeah, that's that. You said, what's my Remoka's crit chance? Like non-existent, because I can't get another crit piece. She only has like 15%, but that's why I run her with what's his name, Gray, so he gives her another 30%. But yeah, I literally, like, that was like I was telling everybody, I'm like modules are kind of random because I still can't get another crit rate attack piece. Like it just well, I'm not even getting attack pieces, let alone a crit rate one. So yeah, there's there's that, right? And I had to pick between either giving her the crit piece or giving it to my Leon, and I use my Leon more, so I just gave it to her. So that's kind of where that decision came from. You said, should I just take Remoka from the target? Said DokiDoki runs are terrible right now. If that's your weak point, then yeah, I would say, because to be honest, like you can make do with a lot of other stuff. Like I already knew what team I could build for like my Aurora team, so I'm like kind of like investing in that. It's not like crazy SSR prone right now, but the units I'm using, and I'm only doing stuff as I need to. But whenever it tells me to do Nightmare, I'll like finish messing with this team. But I'm literally using Gray, I'm using Chiaki, Viper, and Dyna. That's in Leon. That's my damage right now. Later on, I'll probably swap into like maybe my Sheeta, or I might, like I said, for cheaper cost investment, I'm probably going to build Obero for my damage. And then I'll still keep Dyna. My strip is probably going to just stay Viper. I just got to build them faster as I go up. And Chiaki is great for healing. So I ended up just getting a Electro Squid pet, which I already have farmed. And I just leveled it a little bit and gave it to her, so it increased some of the healing efficiency. But that's about it. Doki, in order for Rosa to work for Doki, she has to be really invested. Like she needs to be built. Wait, you said anyone got a good Mio build? I mean, I use Mio. She's probably like my fastest character on my account. But yeah, she's just speed. She's literally speed and effect accuracy. Put her on Black Flag, call it a day. Roll speed on the second passive if you can, and that's that. You said I don't like Kazuyo. I said I think I like Kraken is more consistent CC. Yeah, I mean Kazuyo and Kraken's applications are slightly different. Like the thing and the real reason why you're using Kazuyo is not really just because she's CCing, but because she's damage amping. So the whole premise of using her is so you can kill things, and also have a chance of removing the whatchamacallit, the damage reduction. So she's really there for that. If you're not able to take advantage of that, then Kraken makes more sense to use at that point anyway. And even in that team, you still probably would use Kraken anyway if you don't have like a Mio or a Marvel or somebody to push back, because he also CCs with pushback. So yeah, it is really that. You said Black Flag, even if I have Gigabyte. Gigabyte is something for cutting. Black Flag is for giving you a speed up buff so you rotate faster, and so that you you get a turn meter push. The Gigabyte is based off of like enemies' turns gone. In a lot of cases, you want to try to rotate past them. You don't want to let them keep going for your effect to take effect, right? Yeah, that's like more of a like Gigabyte is kind of like, not that people won't use it in PvE, but like this early it's more PvP. You rather like Black Flag just makes more sense to use. You get the damage, and then you also get the speed up buff and then the turn meter push. So most of your units that you're trying to have rotate fast is just go Black Flag. You know, so like again, it's more of a strat to cut, like when you're trying to cut people because they're going so fast. It's kind of like something you use to kind of counteract people that are much faster than you. Versus in like PvE, there's gonna be some things that are faster than you, but like the direct answer to that a lot of times is more farming and like kind of building up like your pet so you can get higher base speeds. Because even like some of your first probably mythics you'll invest in might be one of your damage dealers, and probably whoever is your fastest character in your account is that. You said Dalia been showing me who's boss for the past 2 days, bro. Twitch. So hold on. Let me answer these two things. Simple enough. Since we're here for Aurora, her mechanic and what you're basically like fighting against is her what is it called? Curse Shield, right? So Curse Shield has a certain amount of like it has a certain quantity of HP that you have to heal in order to remove it. So it's a group healing though. Like so it's like say like the number will be like 4,000 or 5,000. You got to heal that much HP in order to remove the Curse Shield. Once you remove the Curse Shield, you're able to go back up to wherever your damage was. So it reduces your damage dealt by 50% when you have Curse Shield on you. So you remove the Curse Shield. So usually your healer needs to actually go like somewhere in the front, because that healer needs to be able to allow you an opportunity to be able to heal. So like say like if you're using Chiaki's heal, for example, where is it at? Is the origami has the origami guardian in it, and then she has the second heal that basically heals ally off their max HP, applies 2 stacks of the origami guardian, and then with the origami guardian, I think it's like a damage reduction that you also get with that too. So with the healer, you just build them fast and tanky, as fast as you can get them and tanky. They're not doing anything else really, right? So basically with that, you have like things that you can give, like for example, I'm using Electro Squid so I can gain the heal over time, because that kind of helps out. Valerian is another healer that can do things in the earlier stages, but not really here, right? Chiaki is better for the rotation, in my opinion, for trying to push up past going into Nightmare. Chiaki just works way better, and I think it's also too like if you're able to remove the, which again, you need a stripper. So Viper's probably between him and, I mean, you could use technically him, Jan can do it, and Heinrich. But I think on auto, Viper's better out the box. Because Viper starts out with his skill 3, and that's a straight strip. So Viper needs to go first. Your healer needs to go next. Then it would be like Dinah, if you have, or whoever's your damage amper at that point. I use Gray, not really so much for the defense break, but if it lands, then there's that. But I usually get that from Dinah. He's there for the crit rate up buff. Ling Lao is actually the best in slot for this for healing, actually. So there is that. Yeah, she's the best in slot for healing. They give you her day 7, right? So if you have Ling Lao early, you're gonna use her here. She's not crazy to build either, so it's not like you gotta like go out of your way to like build a whole new set for her. She's really, really good here. She's literally best in slot for healing, period. Like it is her. She's her and Aurora. It is what it is. But that's why I said, like, over the course of like the 7-day period, they like give you certain things to kind of fill in certain things they know you're gonna need, because at this point you're not really necessarily farming Aurora like that, but you will start to do it because there's missions that you need to do. You said good because they gave me an early copy yesterday. Yeah, so there's certain units like you don't intentionally aim for, but if you get them, they're good to have, right? Like that, Ling Lao is one of those characters. So I wouldn't like say target summon her, but if you got her, that's gonna help you, and you can get stuff done a lot earlier. But again, even if you don't have her, there's ways to make do until that, right? So like, for example, compared to a lot of other accounts, my Aurora team is definitely nowhere near developed as it could be. Actually, my whole team is SRs and one, and I don't even really count Leon because she's free. So I'm using Leon as my main damage, basically. So the team it's super doable. You just have to kind of, again, know like how to like swap things and do certain things with the characters, but that just kind of comes with time. So how am I supposed to beat Dalia? Main thing, okay, so I'll tell you a little secret, right? So there's a way that you can actually proc the wound if you don't have, like, let's say you have nobody else to proc wound. It is almost impossible that you don't have this character. I actually built her because, I mean, I have wound, but just to prove the point that you do have other options for wound. She's actually more consistent wound too, which is kind of crazy. You have to invest in a skill 1 for it, but it's number 41. Number 41 is like actually pretty massive because in PvE, you're not that you don't worry about base speeds, but you aren't worried about it to the extent of like, oh my God, they're at 105, they're just slow. You put a pet on them in PvE, they're fine. The other thing that's really nice with her too is she's a turn meter pusher, and she's also attack buffing. So the two things that you need for that fight is the ability, if you want to make it faster, is the ability to wound Dalia, the main body, and you also need to be able to cleave the ads. This is why I said before, I don't really advise necessarily like resetting Leon, because Leon is also a red unit and she claps that fight as main DPS. There's some other alternatives and ways that you can do it, but like, for example, let me see if I can show you guys what some people were using, because there was definitely some different variations for it. But if you have any wound character, that's Mio, you got Heinrich that can do it, you got Sutomo, you have number 41 that has in her skill 1. I think doesn't Mizuki, doesn't she have wound too? I actually forgot to mention her in the video. I swear she has it. Yeah, she has it too. She has it on Vital. That's actually more OP because she's gonna do it. Like, she's gonna have, and she has a crazy chance to do it. 60% chance is nuts. That's actually nuts, because the number 41's is way lower. It's like 20 something percent. So 60% chance is crazy. So there's other wound units that you can use, and she's tankier too. So that's a wound. Those are your wound options basically. And so, yeah, defense break, you can use like a gray. If you have obviously Dyna, if you have Class, you'll have to like kind of configure your team a little bit different. But that's what you're basically going to be able to utilize. And then you need whatever your main source of DPS is. The main reason, though, that you want to proc the wound first, though, is because you're going to be taking damage. And that's what's cooking people, is you take damage no matter what. There's nothing you can do about it. You're gonna, and so if you guys want to see my run where I kind of talk through the mechanics, watch my last video. I can't do it again, unfortunately, because it's a one-time clear, but I made sure that I recorded it so you guys could actually understand the gimmick itself. Because if you can work down the ads on the side, then you don't really honestly have too much to worry about other than dealing with her. She's a unit that you can push back, or enemy that you can continuously keep pushing back. So Leon, again, like that's why I was like, I'm going to max out her skill 3 because she can also turn meter still. So she's able to contribute to that. If you're using like, say you got Marvel, he can push back. If you have like Chiaki the Echo, she can push forward. She can give it an attack up buff. You got number 41 that can push forward. I'm trying to think who else you can use. If you have Class can redistribute, steal, defense break, damage amp. Even Dyna has a pushback in her skill 1, right? So there's so many different ways you can do it. I've even seen people do it the longer way, which is like, I was like, yeah, bro, I ain't about to do it that way. And I also don't even have the unit to do it. But it was like with Ling Lao, they were just like trying to out heal the fight and survive long enough to do enough damage. But that fight is just so taxing and it's so toxic if you don't deal with, like, say even the little ads. Like the little ads have to die because she'll just keep reviving them. Or they'll keep reviving each other, not even her reviving them. You have basically 2 turns. Really, it's 3 turns. You have about 3 turns before she resummons them. So within 3 turns, if you can burst her down and keep her pushed back so that you can give yourself more turns, then you essentially win that fight, right? But the other thing is too is that like some people want to like immediately clear it. You might have to build up your units a little bit more so that you can go in there and do it a lot simpler, or with more ease, I should say. He said, if I kill all the small ones together, will they revive? She brings them back in 3 turns. So that's like the fight itself, but it also heavily reduces how extensive that fight feels or how tough that fight feels. Because if you leave those little minions alive, yeah, they're gonna start. She also has like another effect that procs when they're alive. That's why you want to kill them, because otherwise they're gonna keep like if you don't kill them and you just like say work their HP down a little bit, they're literally going to resurrect themselves or resurrect each other, and then they'll full heal. Like, so they're healing for like 40k. So there's like no way it's like no way you're gonna deal with that unless you proc wound. Which that is a way to do it. There are unit like you could do like say AoE wound with like Mio or something like that. But if you have like the Mizuki or you have like Sutomo, there's ways to single target isolate Dalia so she's not healing, kill the ads on the side, and then kind of go from there. You said Mizuki, my goat, said people keep disrespecting her in RTA. Dude, like there's like that's the thing with this game, and that's why I said like tiering units in this game is so hard, because it's not like just this direct answer like these units just win everything. There's like, yo, you literally will get straight up stuck just because you don't have, you're not even that you don't have, but you're not understanding the mechanics. And there's a lot of units that literally counteract certain mechanics way easier than other units. The LDs, certain ones are good in certain things and they're terrible at other things. Like, and it's like all mixed in together. So that's why, like, we've been trying to tell people to emphasizing the fact that you need to flesh out your account, right? See how much stuff can you get, and then kind of seeing like, okay, I can fill in and do this, do that, do this. But a lot of things also, you're not even fully building this early. Like a lot of it is, unless it's like a Nat 2-star or R rarity, you just literally are slapping gear on them and they just work. A lot of the times. So how do you build so many units? I barely got XP for a team of 4, and I see people 6-starring like 4 units already. Well, if you see somebody with 4 6-stars, they're definitely spending. I will say 1000%. I haven't bought anything for Shadow Prince or any of that, like paid pack or anything like that. At about this day, people should be getting relatively close to about their second 6-star, if not hitting their second 6-star, if they're free to play, right? Now, I'll say with the, to answer the question in terms of like how we build so many units, I mean, that's kind of like, again, that spectrum, like whether you're spending or not. But like, even for my account, like I have 2 6-stars. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 3 5-stars. And then everybody else is at 4-star or lower, right? Like I'm using Chiaki climbing. She's at 3-star. So I really only bring stuff up if I need to. And a lot of it, like I said, like if a unit is at 4-star, depending on their role, they're very viable at this early. And you really just need to make sure you put gear on them. Like put gear, put shells on them. They literally do whatever their job is. It's the DPS. Like, so if you like say you're buffing, like say the role of the character is they're a buffer or they're a debuffer. I don't necessarily care to scale them too much because all I'm trying to do is get the debuff or the buff. And then the character that's doing all the damage should be the unit that's scaled, because the higher they're scaled, the easier or the more I can take advantage of those buffs and debuffs. So that's that. You said how to get the 6-star material, clearing content. Hyperlink Charter gives you a ton of shadow prints. You get them from the shops. There's an event up that gives them as you're going around the board and stuff like that. The cubic event, you have the arena shop, you have the summon shop. I want to advise that before the perfect lattice. I'm trying to think. There's a few areas that you can get them, but there's a craft system in the game that you can take advantage of that allows you to be able to build them up. You said, but yeah, so when you're ready to like max or take a unit to their next rarity, I don't think I have anyone max. Oh no, star upgrade. So your upgrade will convert into star upgrade. So when you go into star upgrade, there's a craft button right here, and it will allow you to craft up all of your lower rarities into higher rarities, right? So that system, you don't see it unless you're ready to star upgrade, and then you can go in and craft them. So he said Phoebe and Phoebian just need to focus them right, or kill the minions first. Depends on the units what units you're using. Because I'm going for more of a cleave, like, and that was even earlier when I was building that team. I was going for more of like a nuke, and I was using Leon. I know she steals turn meter. I just focus the main body. But if you know that you're going to be in that fight a little bit longer, then you might want to also try to control the ads on the side so that they're not buffing. Phoebe. I would say when you go into Phoebian, or that's a little bit of a different gimmick you're working against. You want to try to like really burst her down as quickly as you can, but if you have to fight her a little bit longer, it's kind of the same thing. Keeping the ads from hitting you, because she basically will use the ads to slow you and also I think reduce your healing. So if you're getting hit by that, the longer you're in that fight in the second wave, the more of an advantage she has, and she's just gonna also burst you. It's like, so she starts building a stack on you as well. It said, wait, when you said craft, did you mean craft gear or level up materials? Shadow prints, which is for star rarity. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming. Yeah, they were talking about crafting yellow to red. That's the only thing you can really do that for. Yeah. He said, do you spend or do you farm the... Wait. You said how, bro? You said, do you spend or do you farm XP stages? I don't farm XP stages. Literally, unless the game tells me to. So, like, this is the thing, right? For those that play Raid, they probably know what I'm about to say, and they probably have done this before. But, like, in Raid, like, you'll try to build a team, right? And you won't necessarily level certain things because you can, like, kill 2 birds with 1 stone or maybe 3 with 1 stone. And you're farming when you're doing like gear dungeons and you're doing like your shell dungeons. Gear dungeons actually give you a ton of XP per clear that you do. I think it's about like 1,000 or something like that at this point. It's like 1,000 per whatever, right? With your characters being at like 4 and 5-star, they're gonna naturally be leveling, especially the ones on your team, like as you go. Now, the units that I forced level were mainly the units that were like my damage dealers. But a lot of my EXP books came from my Hyperlink Charter. That's why I try to clear as much of it as I can, because that gives you gold books. And gold books gives you a ton of XP. So let me see. If we go to upgrade, like a gold book, for example, gives you 5,000 XP, right? And when you look at it, one level, so like for me to go to 34 to 35 is 28K. So that right there is going to take me to about like 38. But like when you think about it, like passively like leveling, and this is again at 6-star. This is like me trying to now max out a 6-star. This isn't talking about lower levels, right? Lower levels, it's not nearly as high. So you can passively level characters as you're just farming dungeons and stuff like that too. So the main characters you typically are taking up, like a lot of units, you'll see teams where the character is like 3-star, 4-star, and they're still clearing. It's because like depending on the role, they don't need a ton of investment to do what they need to do. It's when you're looking at like the DPS, like the DPS are the thing that's going to help you clear faster because they're doing more damage. So a lot of times, if you look at like most comps, right? Let's actually just go to it because I feel like, right? So like if we look at like say Nightmare 3 and we look at people's teams, right? So I like this guy's trolling, but he cleared it. That actually makes sense. But he cleared Nightmare 3. His only 6-star is his Dating. Everybody else 5-star Biotin, 4-star Yang. He's using a Sybil and he's using a 3-star Dorothy the Wisher. Dorothy the Wisher's kit's busted though, so yeah, there's that. But again, you look here, 4-star Dinah. Shit, I kept my Dinah at 3-star for the longest time. Like I literally only took her up because I was like, maybe she get hit, she might die. But I kept her at 4-star, or sorry, at 3-star, and then I just recently took her to 4-star. But yeah, Biotin's at base 4-star, like she's not raised either. And then his other 6-star is Leon here. Let's see, this team. They went with their Mio 6-star. That's probably for PvP because she's really fast. And then they went with Messiah for the damage. And Messiah can technically do damage in both both DokiDoki and in Terramatan. So that makes sense. I mean, you can actually technically use him in Aurora too if you really want to. So yeah, that makes sense. And then the Biotin's still at base 4-star. So depending on the character, you don't really have to go you don't have to have tons of 6-stars like to make them work. The reason why, like, if it's like, I would even say for spenders to start 6-starring more units after a certain point is so that they actually have openers that are fast, because you gain speed for on star rarity on those characters. So that's that. But yeah, most of these clears, these like 20-something second clears, most of the units are not like super stat. Like this is mainly the damage, right? So he's like, yeah, I'm clearing DokiDoki Nightmare 3 with 0 gear Kraken because the speed tune is there for him to ult once and GG. Yeah, exactly. And Kraken even, you just have to overstack on his effect accuracy, and he still works for pushback. That's why I'm able to still use Biotin, for example. Granted, she's not doing anything effect accuracy wise, but my pushback is solidified to where I can run a red attribute unit that's buffing, and I'm still able to get the clear. So it's like little witty things like that, or little like things like that for tuning and stuff. Like you said, who do you think, who do you go, Dating or Victor is a good SSR single target DPS for PvE? I would pick Dating, to be honest. The Ting or Chloros, Dating personally, because you can slot him into more things with neutrality, and he like hits like a truck. He also is cheaper to build, and he's like really busted. Like the Ting is really an SSR. He's a pseudo unit. So he's really an SSR and an SR body. So I'm like, if they ever released like a SSR version of him, I'm like, what is that supposed to do? Because like he's really, really strong for single target damage. He's very, very strong for single target damage. You said, is Tiamat able to carry with Doki? She can still work, but she needs a pairing now. Like you could put her like with Freya. She like does like some crazy healing now off of Freya. They're really, really good pairing now. And you would have to run a slower team, so you might need like CC there. So you probably still have to run Kraken because you need to still remove that damage reduction so the run's faster. You could still run like say maybe an Obel that could help with CC, Lilith at that point. If you're going like a little bit more like tank down, like you can run a team, it'll just be really slow. Tiamat still can get up there in damage, but not nearly as crazy as she was before. It's not exact, and even before she wasn't necessarily a speed clear. It's definitely not going to compare to a Ramoka clear, but it is still something you can do to clear it. It just be really slow. You said what module sets? Wait, you said what module sets stats should I use on Ramoka? I mean, if I'm being honest, is like Onslaught. like most of your like the reason why I say not to get try to get too fancy like so early is because gear is gonna graduate, right? Onslaught is super obtainable. It literally gets the job done. It's straight attack. It literally does exactly what it needs to do, right? Now hold on, let me actually reset this because I think I have two more. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got 110 more stamina I need to do, so I'm gonna run this, see if I can get some damage gear. We'll see. But yeah, the like even when you're trying to get into the other sets, you're not gonna really be able to fully build them because of matrix symbols accessible. So like even at this point, at most you might have like say Onslaught max, and then you might have the first bonus of another set, right? So that's why it's kind of like, you know, it's gonna take you a little bit of time to really get those matrix bonuses, and even then it's like shells are still more important, and that's for the base stats. And then from there I would say like just making sure you have the right main stats, depending on like, again, if you're trying to rotate, there's that. But you know, you said I use Battle Wheel and you said also Battle Wheel on my Ramoka simply because I rolled good gear on those. Yeah, if you got lucky on some pieces, like that's gonna happen. Yeah, definitely use them. You said pick gear with good stats over sets. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even a lot of it is really more than anything. It's just making sure you got the right main percent stat, because subs are gonna come. The one thing I would say that kind of becomes a downfall to a lot of accounts is they try to min max so early. They kind of make the process of gearing more taxing than it needs to be, because you're gonna eventually do that anyway. Like min maxing is like the end game grind period. Like you're gonna always be min maxing because you're gonna want the more optimal crit rate, crit damage, attack ratio, right? Say if you're building a DPS. But like I said, you graduate so early from pieces. Like we're spending like some sets as a day. You might have that set. Like within day 4, we're all like no longer caring about epic pieces. We want outstanding pieces. Come tomorrow, or actually not even tomorrow, right now, I'm about to start, like, I'm about to be on these outstanding pieces for whatever time I am on today, and I'm trying to get mythics. Like it shifts so fast. So it's just like you know, you're like, again, like those main percents are gonna scale like immensely, right? Like it's gonna scale like a lot. So even like you being able to hit your crit rate value when you're leveling up, like say the max, which it is more expensive, but say like what's it called? Like a what is it called? Why am I blanking? A crit rate piece on like a mythic piece, right? You'll be able to actually fulfill your crit rate requirement that you need way easier on a mythic piece than like say like on an epic piece. You might need like that and then the buff. But like when you get to mythic pieces, you're gonna be able to hit your crit rate basically with one piece. You know, effect accuracy is so much easier to stack with 2 mythic pieces than it is like in some of the builds you'll see, like in Terra Matan, even in Nightmare, people are putting like 3 effect accuracy pieces on a character, right? And that's just so that they can overstack, so that they can make sure that they're going up against the resistance. So it's like it's just a process, man. So you think it's worth to invest in a dot team? Oh yeah, no. Yeah, nah. yeah. Jagger's right. Yeah. I would say you like it's more value in having units that just do more direct things instead of getting caught up and going into things where like your damage just straight up doesn't work there. You said dot does cheese shell bosses. It can, but I mean at that point too, I mean, you're going to be progressively leveling. And if you have to think about like just in terms of investment purposes, I mean, there's a lot of areas where like dot doesn't work, but everything else does. So, you know, it's kind of, it's kind of that, right? Like raw damage doesn't like stop working like in places, like it still works. You might need like maybe a defense break or something, like maybe a rotation. But like if Sania goes into something and they're immune to dot, she literally does nothing. So it's kind of like stuff like that that you have to factor. But yeah, where it works is really OP. You know, so it's just kind of, again, weighing your options at that point. So you think that the Ting is a good choice as a second 6-star? So my first one's Messiah. He's good. I mean, to be honest, I would say like Messiah could be slotted in to do damage and like pretty much all of Threshold. So it's not like you're it's not really necessarily hurting you. The Ting actually does really, really good damage. So it's, again, you know, what combinations you can make with those characters and what content you're going to be going into. The Ting is more single target, whereas like Messiah he's more AoE cleave. So I would say even you might have other things that might be more worth investing in. Like you might get something else. I don't know what your pulls look like, but yeah, the Ting is also cheaper too. Like he's not another DPS that requires perfect lattices. So there's that. Yeah. He said, I didn't know Valerian was this viable for Terra Matan. Yeah, she doesn't give a damn. She's going before, no matter how fast he is, she's going. She don't care. Hold on, let me see. We need 3 more pulls and we'll be at 50. All right, so we're about to hit max level anyway. I might try to speed this up. Probably go do some shell dungeons because I need to get some more. Ooh, we could do that because I don't think I have another crossroads, and I kind of want to build my I really want to build my, what's his name, Hell Kid. So yeah, we'll do that. So let's do this. Okay, wait, is it this one? I think so. I don't even remember my team is for this, but we'll see. He said I'm on 210 pulls on the main banner. Sent you my box on Discord. 125 sweet pull save. Should I pull on target banner like Freya? Wait, target banner like Freya? Okay, limited banner of Freya. Okay, or pull something on my target, or just keep saving. Let me see. I mean, it depends on what you have. Wait, is this team geared? Yeah, have fun. All right, that should be good. All right, let me see. That is the bottom of the box. So you got Ling Lao early, you got Hell Kid, Ramoka, Leon. So in terms of main DPS, you got Ramoka for Doki, and you got Leon for Terror, right? You could use Hell Kid for sustain, but I mean, you got Valerian, so you don't need to. But he's nice to have. I would say personally, the thing you're kind of like, what you're really honestly missing is just supports. That's really it, because you have let me see. There's a Kraken. Okay, no, you have Kraken, so that's good. You got Vipers, so that's gonna be good. Obu can technically be used in your Doki team too for the CC damage reduction strip. Kind of help Kraken out with that. But I would say you could try to maybe go another SSR rotation before you decide, because using the target banner, you really want to make sure you're picking something that you really need. I would say the thing that would help you out the most, though, considering like your account, probably is going to be Klaas. Klaas is really, really good. She's going to help you amp all your damage, including the damage that your Leon does and the damage that your Ramoka does. And I would say, like, if I was on your account and I was looking, I was like, okay, I don't have a Dyna. You got Gray built up, so he can work. He can work in both, but like Klaas is just like insane for scaling damage. Like she really is. So that with the turn meter still is also going to help you in a lot of content too, because she can also help you with moving your characters. So I think that's really where her her perks kind of come into play. Wait, did we win? Oh, okay, we did. Yeah, I would say Klaas, but I would wait though. I would still like say do one more standard rotation just to see what you get, and then whatever you get, like say if it's Kloss, then you could pick something else. But if it's not, I would go Kloss. Like she's pretty big, to be honest. He says, so I managed to beat Embertrek 28, so except now I'm hard stuck on 30. So it's legit impossible right now, like invincibility plus dot plus 3 debuffs. You have Kloss? Wait, I didn't even see the picture. I didn't even see her in the picture. Oh, was she hiding? Oh, then, yeah, there you go. Okay, GG there. Wait, did you just summon that? like, where was she at? Okay. It's like magically appears. Okay. And she low-key built already too. Like, where'd she come from? But bro, yeah, okay, you already have Kloss. So from there, I mean, you got Hell Kids. He's great sustained. You got, I would say you got Ramoka, you got Leon. Out of the RGBs, I mean, Biotin is great. Biotin actually might be a pickup for you, low key. Because Biotin is kind of, she's actually really important for scaling damage, but also reducing damage, and also bringing back people if somebody die. Like Biotin is really, really good. She's gonna buff crit rate and attack, and she's also gonna offer you damage reduction, and then she has like some turn meter push in her kit too when she brings people back. So yeah, Biotin is actually used in a lot of the comps that are like faster, because she literally can amp your damage even more. So it's like, say like you're getting the crit rate from like Gray, for example, she gives you the crit damage buff and the attack up buff, and now you're hitting like a freaking truck. Like that's a lot of damage that she can scale, and she's a really safe character to pick up too, because she's also good in RTA. So like that's like why I would say like Biotin, you get a lot of value out of her. She's really, really valuable. She has turn meter push, I think, in her skill 1 too. So like she's pretty good, bro. Like honestly. You said wait, Chu, you say you're 33 right now. Is it worth to stamina pot to 35? Yeah, absolutely, bro. Yeah, for sure. Because yeah, I mean, that's gonna be you now opening up your account. You're gonna get more stuff done, and you'll be at the next point of I guess like next normalizing point of trying to work out farming into your mythic stuff. So you'll still be getting like some outstanding, but you'll also be getting some mythic here and there too. So that at least would be for gear, and then for like shifting into Nico Nana, you'll start working on some mythics, but you'll still have epics accessible as well. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, we got 30 left that we need to do. Let me see. We got attack speed here, effect accuracy. It's not the worst. Yeah, it's not the worst. I got like 2.5 million saved right now, so we'll see how that disappears in like 2 seconds. You said damn, I got said a minute and 32 clears on Nightmare. Dinah after your vid today. Oh, did you? Oh, Dalia. Oh, did you actually clear it, bro? I'm telling you, like when you see it, you're like, that's it. Like it's literally like, oh, okay. Like that's what you do. Like it's just funny because it's like the kits seem super complicated, but like on paper the kits will be one thing, but when you actually like play the fights enough and you see the gimmick, it's like, oh, okay. Like it's crazy if you let it like get out of hand. Like, but other than that, yeah, it's that, right? You said so in the beginning, said isn't it focus on a few units that can work on most places, opposed to specialists building 3 dot characters for 80% of PvE seems better than having to build 2-3 different units for content. You can try building them. You're gonna get hard stuck. The thing about building the dot characters is that they require way too much investment. Way too much. Especially if you're gonna go Shadow Sania, she basically needs her whole kit invested in. Like, so at that point, I mean, to be honest, like again, in areas where you need to do daily resource things, like dot doesn't work, and it doesn't work in Union Boss Fight, which is a daily thing you need to do, which gives you a consistent amount of resources every single day and every single week. So if you go and build dot, it's like, well, you're not getting your daily resources. You're getting, you can argue first time clear, but now you're not getting any of your daily resources. Then also when you're looking at like, say, Phantom Theater, dot doesn't work in there. So if you full send dot, you're also only going to really be able to build into one thing. And then as soon as you hit content where dot doesn't work, literally you cannot use anything else. So at that point, if you full send dot, you're going to have content where you get stuck and you're just not going to be able to do anything. Unless you just are like willing to take the, like play the waiting game and build up stuff later if that's what you want to do. I mean, it's not that it's not possible. It's just not efficient for early game progression. And most of the investment on a lot of these other characters is like one skill. It's not like you're maxing them out. So you can build comfortably 2 units versus skilling up 2 skills on one character. You know, so like that's what you're basically looking at. You can like do more with like, say, like if you have a Leon and say a Ramoka at that point, right? I only have to worry about skilling up 1 skill on both those characters if I want to use them. If I want to use Messiah, I only have to worry about skilling up 1 skill on him. Like that like when you kind of think about that, it's like I can get 2 characters built for the price of 1 is really what you're getting at that point. So yeah, it's that essentially. Yo, HSG, appreciate the sub, fam. Yo, appreciate that. Appreciate that. You said, do you really need to max Shadow Sania and others? Said the skills don't seem necessary besides maybe 1. So your tuning, when you're using a character like Shadow Sania, she needs to be sped tuned and she needs to have her cooldowns like tuned properly. So the thing about using Shadow Sania is that if you don't have her skill 1 invested, she doesn't actually dot enough because it affects her passive. So this is, again, I'm a pristine dot player. I love dot. That my first account in this game was dot. That like I literally beat some of the content in the game with straight up dot. But I got hit with hard walls where I was like, damn, I can't do this. So I'm not saying it just because I want to say it. I'm saying it because I actually did it. So dot straight up will have you sitting there like, okay, well, now like Sania, if you try hitting anything where there's no dot, she does no damage, right? If you want her to actually rotate her detonation, which is required if you're going to be using her properly, you have to max level her skill 3, because her skill 3 has 2 cooldowns, if I'm not mistaken, in it. So that's that, right? You said, does Lily kind of offset that, like investing into her 100% follow-up? You can do something like that, right? But at the same time, you still need to make sure that you're applying more dots. So it doesn't change the fact that you rotated twice, but you only applied 2 dots, right? Her third skill is for detonation. When she first starts out the fight, she literally does her skill 2 first. Then she goes into her skill 3. But if you go into her skill 1 and you're just going off her passive, it's only 1 dot. So that's the thing. So you rotate her twice for 2 dots. That's still no damage. So the thing with using her detonation is that you don't want to use detonation on 2 dots. You're trying to use detonation on like 6 dots. Like you're trying to stack them. That's why if you're using Shadow Sania, you need to also use like an Obel or something if you don't have certain levels of investment in her. So that's what I'm saying. Like dot is it's an investment thing, and it's like you do all of that thought process and trying to invest into it when literally you could just build a damage dealer and just do what you need to do. Like, and then they're universally just usable in everything. And like I said, in the daily content that you need to do, dot does not work there. So it's like, am I gonna go crazy investing in something where it works really OP in the areas it works, but then it just doesn't work in other areas this early? Because I'm telling you, like later on, dot's gonna be it's gonna be insane. People are definitely gonna build it. It's just in the initial push, it's not necessarily the most efficient thing to build into, and it's just because of where you're at, right? You said gotta invest your lattice onto something that enemies have immunity and is too slow in PvP. Yeah, even like I tried to like especially when you get to high end, like I was like trying to do the I'm gonna be the dot guy in PvP, bro. If you think you about to draft like a for real PvP like dot team, somebody's gonna see that a mile away. As soon as you go to like ban protect Shadow Sania, they're gonna take away whatever it else is you're gonna try to combine with that. Like it's just like it's like, and then again, it's like if you try to ban protect or even last draft her, you would have to like draft her last. Like I feel like Shadow Sania will always be like a last pick, right? Because you literally would see that a mile away and be like, oh, immunity. Like just bring Hell Kid. Like at that point, or you can bring freaking Kachi to guard and just straight up like, and then yeah, there's pre-bans. Yeah. You said bans are issues. You're just gonna speed CC your utility, or you can build big resist gear. But see, that's the thing. Like that's what we were finding with the stat allocation in this game. Building into resist isn't nearly as valuable as just building into immunity, right? Immunity makes more sense. It's like the chance or the max amount of resistance that you get, it caps. So it's like you're better off building to to be immune to something than trying to resist it. Now, granted, later on when you get better builds, you can still build up to that cap on resistance and then still have like immunity built in too. Like, so there's ways around that where you can still get the value out of both, but earlier you're just better off like just straight up immunity if you can. It's gonna be way better, or way more effective, I should say. You said it's like, can I send you my roster on Discord so you can tell me who I should get? Yeah, you send it. Yo, what's good, June Carts? How you doing, fam? You said it's going to speed meta for like a month, then people start building immunity and revive comps. Yeah, it might not even last that long, I'll be honest. Because this game, like, you could push stuff so fast that people already are farming like Aurora now. So at least for spenders, it might be a little bit different. But like for free to play, it'd probably be like a solid month before people can really transition into building up their immunity. Revive comps, I mean, it's really gonna also like it's really gonna honestly matter about or really be based around like access to shells, because the shells are really what do it to the meta. Because as soon as people get access to like Rengoku and they're farming like Lighthouse, and you got like this crap for Fortissimo and stuff like that, like, man, people about to be doing some stupid strats. Like they're gonna be mad dumb. Cause even getting Amber, like, dude, wait till y'all see what Amber does with Tiamat. That's gonna be a real disrespectful thing. Like that's gonna be very disrespectful. I like I almost don't even want to go through that, but it's gonna be a thing. Let's do, I think 3 just for security here, and then we'll be at 35. It's I have 4 ads to watch, so not sure if you saw my message. I have Klaus. So that's a new pick with her. Damn, I know I said something, bro, but I don't even remember what I said. I know I like said a whole thing though. I really did. I said like a whole thing, bro. I don't even remember. Damn, I would have to remember. You said how many energy pots I got? I got 0, bro. Or energy pills, the mental stabilizers, I got 0, bro. Wait, Cyan, you said something about some stamina thing secret. What were you talking about, bro? You said I forgot to teach you a stamina secret yesterday. Yeah, wait, what were you talking about, bro? He said, damn, bro, about to hit Nico. Now that I'm kind of worried that I don't have a team ready. Even in like in the beta, I didn't necessarily go right into hell mode. I had to like kind of grind up my stuff a little bit, but you know. You said you're not saving for those drop days. No, when drop days come, I'll just probably max refill that day or the day that I need to, because usually when the drop days come, I don't. I usually skip XP and I do GP outposts and what's it called? Christ. What's it called? Shell modules. Yeah, I usually do that. You said go to the board game? Bro, I did my daily for board game. Hold on. I think, or I usually use my entries. Let me see. Was it the pet with the random card for it, or the merchant? Was it that? Cause I was like, yo, I was kind of wondering too. I was like, I seen it. I actually went to the little area over here, and I got cooked on my rolls. And I was like, you know, I was trying to get this little revelation wish orb, but they was like, nah, fam, you good. I was like, yeah. But I didn't like. I was trying to hold on to these to the ones that you can pick what your rolls are, but yeah, nah, the game wasn't giving me wasn't really letting me roll on them. He said it's a choice between 4 things, but yeah, it's 2 more orbs. It upgrades, I think. Oh, so you get 2 more orbs? Okay. He said the Crossroads merchants have stamina and oh, okay, so it's Crossroads. Okay. He said I've seen people with 7 of those wish orbs already. He said I've got 7. I got 3. Yo, because they probably like was probably using the strat targeting the ones that they could pre-roll or pick the roll. And then they probably got also lucky on rolls too. I wouldn't be surprised. Like I've been getting cooked on some of my rolls. Dang, so that's crazy though. Some people already got 7. But yeah, like I mean technically I would have had probably 5 if I would have got that one over in this area here. Yeah, so you got 7 today? Yeah. He said I landed on him 3 days in a row. So I snatched up the stabilizer. That's crazy. That's 100 stamina too. So that's like, yeah, that's 300 extra stamina for pushing. It's crazy. I feel like they're gonna do that in the events, like so you're gonna have to low key pay attention to them. I did mention that in the what video was that? As far as the my video I'm probably gonna have for exchange shop stuff, but in this shop I went at that point in time, like in the beginning of the push, I went for the shadow prints, but Evolution Lattice is going to be big. The red shadow print for a lot of you guys, especially free to play. You're going to grab the red shadow print. Summons you're going to grab before the event's up. It's super cheap, so you're definitely going to grab that. That's 300. And then everything else, like the training data is pretty big. Etheria coins good because that's for gear leveling. And then the Prowler supply pack. What is this one though? Is this purple? Is it advanced? Advanced is I think advanced is gold. Bro, did I lose one? Oh, I did. Okay. Yeah, advanced I think is gold. Those boxes are kind of nice depending on where you're at. But like where I'm at, like once you get to the GP outposts like in Hell, like I'm on Hell 2, like Hell 2-3, bro, them golds drop like mad consistently. So that's why, like, if you like, however much of this you can push, this is another reason why you're not just like building like just into dot either. Because like if you have other units that can excel, like say having Leon built up, she claps like, bro, when I say like straight up claps this, like she claps this. Like that shield, what is the shield called? It's called Christ. It's in the challenge. I'll look at it real quick. Each of the waves have like the shield for their respective attribute, and just having a unit of that attribute that's able to nuke that, they call it G shield is what they call it. Bro, it literally says before G shield is clear, all enemies gain 30% turn meter after taking action. So they're telling you like, oh, if you don't have a unit in here that's doing stuff to that, they're gonna literally rotate your ass. You know, like that. That's literally what it's telling you basically. And 30% turn meter is a lot. And even in like this, like I think I'm faster. Yeah, my Miu is the only character that's faster. She's like a little over 200. But other than that, I'd be getting straight rotated on this if it wasn't for that. And so the Dinah into to that nuke, even Dinah she has no damage on her, and she does more damage because she has the she's a reason attribute, right? Now I'm not gonna clear this because I don't need it, but yeah, you kind of get the drift there. You said you're gonna reset Valerian after you get Ling Lao. No, there's no reason to. Nah, you're definitely not doing that. Because you got to remember there are 2 different currencies you're using. One is evolution, one's perfect lattice. So there's no reason for me to. I mean, and I also haven't like 6-starred her. She's 5-star. So yeah, I don't care that I invested in that unit. She's great. Like I can see if it was like they did the exact same thing and then Ling Lao's the next thing up, but no, you need multiple attributes. That's what we're saying. Like that's why it's like hard focusing one thing. There's literally content where it is attribute exclusive. Like you like if you don't have an attribute to fill in there, you're just not gonna be able to do it. You said, did you buy Shadow Prince with money? No, I did not. I did not buy any Shadow Prince with money. So I can show you. All right, look. So where's that? I don't know if it shows it, but I bought the dollar pack, which was the 10 pulls. It doesn't show it anymore for some reason, but yeah, that's what I bought. The dollar pack, and it was something else that had a multi in it. I think it might have had like some GP outpost mats for like the purple. But yeah, I bought like 2 multis, so that's why whenever I talk about how many pulls I've gotten from the game, is it in the value section? Yeah, I don't see it here anymore. Oh, I mean, I guess I usually graze out stuff, but I don't even see it. Yeah. So I haven't even bought the stamina stuff, like either. Like so, like for example, if I got this level 20 pack, that would give me that's a free one, bro. This would give me more stamina, shadow prints, all that. I haven't bought any of that. I actually didn't buy any of that stuff on purpose because I have the ability to do it, but I was just like, nah, I could probably get X to X point without that crap for right now. Am I gonna get it eventually? Maybe. We'll see. But probably after like we get into a release a little bit, people kind of get through this beginner stuff, so stuff is a little bit more relatable. You said you can find it at the bottom of the first page. Oh, is it on the event tab? Okay. Yeah, because I was like, I know I bought something else. Oh, here it is. Yep, there it is. The beginner pack Anima. So it had a multi and like 50 blue EXP. And what is that? I don't even know how many blue boxes that was. But that's like, I mean, the only thing that's really of value there is the 10, is the multi. Like, that's it. That's it. Like... You said you got the level 10 pack with the multi. Yeah, that's what I got. It was that and this. It was the dollar one and it was that. I just wanted the pulls. So I got 20 pulls. So I've done 322 pulls. So out of those pulls, 300 of them were free to play. You said when I get to 50, I'm snatching the level packs. Yeah, probably. You said a multi for $1 is diabolical. Work you out. Bro, hey, like I said, it made more sense to me. I was like, well, instead of spending $15, which is what the value is, why not get one for $1, right? And the irony is, even the Valerian, technically my Valerian, I pulled before I did that dollar thing. So I had Valerian just from me pulling with those summons too. So I was just like, well, there's that. You said, how many SSRs did you get from 300 pulls? 10? 10? Yeah, 10, I think. Let me see. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I lied, it's 11. Yeah. You said stamina refresh with the gems was so was good until level 40, right? Yeah, for free to play before you see a diminishing value, yes, or diminishing return. Yeah, that's a sweet spot because from there you're just gonna use your refills when you feel like it. So it'd be like, oh, I'm refilling because there's a 2 times up. And you're gonna get to 50 eventually, but you got to build up your account too. So, you know. There's that. There's going to be some free to play that's like, I want to push. Hey, you're more than welcome to. But it's going to start tapping into your currency because it's going to take you long. And so the reason why you stop is because even in terms of your EXP at level 40, I think your levels are the same every level from there. So you don't level as fast. It takes you very, very long to level. Okay, so we hit 35. There we go. All right, so we can add see, this is what I mean. Like I have 8 evolution lattices, so that's like some SRs I'm about to go and build. Got some more summons here. You said, what about BP plus monthly pass users? Wait, what do you mean? Wait, what are you asking, Tinking? I thought, fam. Like what? He said, when you get a chance, could you explain the level 30 Ember Track gimmick? I gotta get to it. I don't even remember it, bro. Because the bosses are like literally, they'll be like the same boss or something, and then I'm like, damn, what is the gimmick for that again? But then it's like something else, like the dungeon versus the boss for the tower versus like Anasync. I'm like, bro. So yeah, I gotta look at it. Usually though, when I get there, I just gotta push it. But when I get there, I'll try to make a video too to explain the mechanics, cause it says like 95% for level for 1 day, max refresh plus 40. Yeah, it's expensive, bro. That joint is like, I was like, dang. So, and the other thing is you're not really leveling either. He said also after level 42, hyperlink charter starts to phase out. Yeah. So that's actually important too. Yeah, that's important too. Yeah, so that's why like it's again, I promise you guys, we were tried our best to not steer you guys wrong, man. Because when I say we like, you got to consider like we've played and we've done testing for like over the course of like what 3-4 years almost now. So that's like we were like pretty certain it was like, especially as they were adding more value. Like I said, even Scion ran an account where there was no bonuses, there was nothing. There was no login events or anything. So we collected that data from like literally the bare bones. Like, okay, you have 0, like no events, no nothing going on. Just run through the game, and see what you can do, what accumulation you can get. And so those were where those numbers came from. So anything extra, like these events and extra things we got in the box, the coupon codes, they just gave us more value, basically. You said send me. Oh, you sent it. All right, hold on. Let me take a look real quick. Let's see. You got Chloros, Ramoka, Leon. How many pulls did you do? Is really the question, because you got Mio and you got Lily, you got Hell Kid, you got Dinah. I'd say like kind of the same thing. Like you have like Mio's great, man. I'm not even gonna lie, I really like Mio a lot. But you got Ramoka and Leon. Like that's literally like the two main dungeons you're doing. You have DPS for. So I would say like even for like what I'm doing, I'm building Obero for my Aurora team. But your choices are as simple as like Kloss, 340. Yeah, so Kloss would be great for damage amp. Again, Biotin is really good too, because you do use Dinah. So Biotin's good. Kloss, I would say like if I had Kloss, I'd be using her in both my whatchamacallit, my Terror, and I would be using her in my Doki team. I definitely would. But even then, it's like you still have makeshift units that you can use that still do crazy stuff, like Gray. So I still use Gray for the damage or for the crit rate buff and then the defense break. So it's like you can still make do. But like if I had to pick one, like for what you have, Kloss actually would work really, really well. At 340 pulls, Kloss is pretty safe. And you have Lily too. So like you have 2 solid DPSs that you can put with her. Rosa could work too. She would definitely be a unit that would focus a little bit more on your Aurora team, because you're not gonna build a Freya over a Ramoka for Doki. That makes 0 sense. Like Ramoka blasts like Doki so fast, it just makes no sense to. And yeah, so I mean it would be that, like some PvP setups. She would actually work really well with like your Lily too. So there's that. She also offers a crit rate up buff, so she can kind of filter in, you know, some of that gear requirement for some of your characters. So yeah, I'm on Hell now. I like literally just unlocked it. Yeah, so we're about to go and do that. All right, so let's see. We gotta see where my teams are at. We're probably about to. Okay, so here they're not playing with me with these off attributes. So we'll try Terra first. You said, did you reset Leon to get her lattices back? No. I use her, I like full send use her. Like I'm not playing. I'm gonna use her on Inferno. I'm like, I kid you not, I'm not. I really am. I promise you. So I don't think I'm resetting Leon. Leon is too viable and way too much for me too. Even the character that people are directly replacing her with, it's like what Messiah, But again, you're losing a red DPS for attribute exclusive content. So I'm just saying, like everybody's gonna be the like Saya said, surprise Pikachu face when they get to content where it's like, I don't have a main red DPS. So I'm like, bro, hey, it's like gonna be what it is. All right, let's see. I don't even know how hard I'm gonna get hit in here. Oh, that's not bad. This is only Hell 1 though, so we'll see. It's pretty fast. Let's see. She doesn't die. Okay. Why that kind of hit hard for Gray? Oh yeah, I might have to go push back. Okay. Okay, arm's dead. But I don't think we're gonna be able to kill the main body. Bro, I don't have like, he's not crazy stacked right now. Is as soon as they hit 40 at Ethernet rally, it'd be like surprise. Bro, literally. That's the funny thing though. All right, let me see. What am I gonna shift here? So I'm trying to think. I could slow my team some. Or not even slow my team, speed my team up some and go for more sustain. Because I do have Hell Kid. Hell Kid actually would help me beat this, but we'll see. Until I get my next set of pets. I might honestly. I could make my Gray faster. But the thing that's and it might really just be a speed thing really at this point. Yeah, I could make my Gray faster because I think my Dyna is 170 or no 181 and my Gray is like they literally have the same speed. So he's what, 4 speed slower? Now Leon, no, I'm not resetting my Leon. You said I'm running Leon, Biotin, Doki, Hell Kid, and Dyna. You're talking about for your Terror? I have Doki too, but I kind of just didn't want to use her. Yeah, I could possibly take out. That's a speed thing though. Oh, bruh. You said Dalia's beating my ass. Yo, Outrun artist. I have or Turin artist. I have my last video. I actually go through clearing her. I went from through hard into nightmare. So he said, "I'm mad. I don't even need Doki." Bro, I use her, but then I don't use her at the same time. It's weird. Like it's like real specific windows where I'm like, all right, I'm about to use her for real. He said, so how much effect accuracy is meta for PvP and PvE? I mean, to be honest, like people are gonna have like 200% accuracy if they can. But like really, like at this point, what people realistically are probably gonna have on average is about 120 something percent. Like, and that's just to get most stuff to stick in Nightmare. So the higher up you go, yeah, it can go up. Yeah, it can go up, but it's easier to hit though because the pieces get better. So, is a quick question: do you have to upgrade any of Dyna's skills? Her skill 3 helps because it allows her to land her erosion more. It increases the chance of it. So skill 3 is pretty huge. You said I only have number 41 for wound right now, so over 100. But she still misses most of the time. Just unlucky, I guess. Yeah, it's like so if you're gonna use her, that's what I mentioned too. With her, you need to skill up her skill 1 because her chance is really low. So I think with skill investment, it takes it to 35%. So 15% might not seem like much, but yeah, it helps. Other than that, the only thing I can really say is like you need probably, I don't know if you like what you're using for pushback, because push forward is nice, but pushback really helps because push forward like is going to get you to your team or get your team to their turns quicker, but push back also is going to help you with being able to rotate more turns. So that's gonna kind of allow you to be able to cut in front of as you're rotating. That does help a lot. That definitely does help. It said reset my Leon for Messiah. While I don't regret it, I'm probably gonna feel it later. So I did booster to 5 stars though. Yeah, as long as you like definitely making her somewhat usable. There's some people that's like, nope, she's out of here, and I'm like, damn. But you saw I was using Lily, so I'll try Marvel instead. Yeah, Marvel's way better because Lily pushes forward, she's not gonna push back. And the other thing with Marvel, he's gonna lower resistances, so he's actually gonna make it a lot easier for her to be able to land her wound as well. You said people sleeping on number 41, I think. I mean, the only reason why it happened was because she whatchamacallit, she got her turn meter push nerfed. So they're like, oh, she's bad. I'm like, well, no, she's not the best burst turn meter pusher anymore, but she's still a 20% turn meter push on 3-turn cooldown. That's super easy to invest in, and she has an attack up buff in it, so it's still good. It's definitely still good. It's just not oppressive or as much of a push as it was before. We said, he said, why is Lily level 1? I mean, I don't know. like honestly, I'm not using her. Like I got her, but I mean, most of the stuff I'm focused on building, I don't need her. Not right now. And I don't plan on 6-starring her to open right now, so yeah, no, I'm probably build her at some point, but he said, by the way, do you have Heinrich? No. He said bus stripping might help a lot. Wait, are you talking about, what are you talking about for? Wait, are you talking about like in Terra Kaio? I said, what pair is best for Lily from target summons? Really any of the damage dealers. She can go with Ramoga. She can go with Rosa. Rosa's probably one of her better though. Rosa's up there. I'd say Chloros. I mean, really, honestly, anybody that can literally crit, she's gonna pop off with. That's like she has probably some of the highest pairings in the game, but it's not really necessarily for like it's definitely more of like a PvP angle than it is anything else, but she can do PvE stuff too. He said, the reason why we say to build Leon is because she is the best in slow terror, Ethernet rally, and Infinity Train. Not using her is like doing things harder for no reason when you get her for free. Yeah, that is true. I mean, that's I don't know, man. That's like, hey, that's like my response to everything now. It's like, hey, I guess, right? Hey, you know. He said, imagine getting an ad for Kick on Twitch, bro. It happens. He said, what main stats are you using on Leon? Full attack bonus? Yeah, she's on Onslaught right now. But that's also, I don't really have any other sets to put on her right now. So, yeah, Onslaught, attack percent, crit rate, crit damage. Said the people who reroll for Lily just to not use her on progression. Bro, I had some people message me and they're like, yo, I'm not even really using her. So, like, should I just reroll? I'm like, bro, just don't reroll. I'm like, please just play with what's like, just play what you got, dog. Like, you're gonna end up on server 5. All right, let me see. I'm gonna make some adjustments to my gray. Let me actually think. Do I want to pull too? Yeah, let me pull real quick. I'm gonna. Ooh. Oh, you know what I do need to do first though? I do need to go do Nico because I think I can actually do it now. So there's that. We'll do Nico first. You said, oh, that's crazy. You said you use Lily for everything. Bro, you can use her. You absolutely can. But what else do you have that you're pairing with her though? Cause I think that's the thing too. It's like you gotta have them combos. Oh yeah, and Lily is like dead in none of the speed clears. That is like like that is actually like kind of a fact, bro. Yo, Perch, appreciate you for becoming a member, fam. Yo, she, low key, high key, like literally none. Like that's actually the crazy thing too. Like it is not even just trying to be away. Like she's really not. Like I said, the picking Lily thing is more of a PvP thing than it is anything else. It's more of a PvP thing. Like she does still do great things in PvE, but yeah, it's more of a PvP angle. It's like having something really good to rotate into PvP. But like I said, once you get up to like diamond rank, she's gonna get banned. Like I'm telling you, she's getting banned. Yo, appreciate you for the gifted memberships, Perch. Yo, Perch, what you ain't here just popping off for? Yo, chat. It's like, yo, I'm blasting all y'all ears. Yo, appreciate you for that. Guys, I also got some new emotes and like stuff coming too. So those will be updated in like the next few days. You said with that skill maxed out, says diabolical work. She's good. She definitely is not a bad unit. But yeah, like most of the speed clears, the top ones are definitely not her. Dang, bro. Yeah, that's about to be going on for like 5 minutes. Like, nah, appreciate you, Perch. Nah, for real, bro. I appreciate you. Listen, I appreciate that. You said, can I use DokiDoki with Biotin? I mean, sure, but I mean, like, what else are you using? Because like DokiDoki is a real specific rotator. She purifies and she also cools down. So, I mean, yeah, you can, but I would say it really depends on your full team because it affects like she's gonna affect who's rotating a certain way on your comp. So. And she's not like a burst pusher in the sense of like, oh, I'm pushing the whole team forward. She pushes people according to who's like last in line, and then once they come forward, she pushes them, pushes the next person that's behind. Yo, appreciate the sub, fam. How you saying this? It's a Akakam Slazar. Am I saying that right? Yo, hey, listen. You said close enough? Yo, I'm dead. Yo, that's funny. He said, do we know the next LD banner? So I really want Heinrich. No, we don't. We don't. He said, gotta spend them Basil's bucks. I'm dead. Wait, is that really what you guys call primes? You call them Basil bucks? Yo, that's actually low-key funny. All right, so let me see here. What are we doing with passive reduction, keys of speed, reducing animal? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's GG. You know what goes crazy here? Freaking, what's his name? Marvel. We're gonna do that. Ooh, I could throw in my, we'll see though. We'll see what we're looking like. We got a 4-man. Is that gonna be enough though? We'll see. You said on global? Yeah, I'm on global. Yeah. Yeah, we gotta do them shells, man. Cause we tried jumping in the hard mode, acting like we ain't no better, or hell mode. Oh yeah, nah. I might not even need Valerian if I clear this fast enough. Yo, chill out. Yeah, I'm about to bring another you said damn, Rosa was slapping. Oh yeah, Rosa definitely slaps this. I'm about to bring Shiota. Low key. Oh, who did she kill? Oh, Dinah. Okay, so we lost our damage amp. All right. See, that's why Twilight Knight is still really, really good. Like he's just kind of busted. It's like, oh, you don't have a Dinah? I can still defense break. Yeah, crit rate buff will help too. Yeah, we're gonna alternate it. I think I'm just probably gonna just go more damage really. I'll take her out. Let's go because she's not faster than me. And I got the rotation, so we can go. Let's try Biotin. Let's see how hard I can hit with Dinah. She just landed that defense break though, so we'll see how this looks. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, if I got all of, you know, Dinah's other, you know, debuffs, that would have like damn near one tapped. But all right, you know. Imagine. Yeah, that literally would have one tap. Like basically, it would have been pretty close. I gotta get her cooldown, but she's skilled up enough for her chance of landing her erosion. But that's about it. Yeah, look at that. That's a big difference. And I didn't even get the other debuffs. Oh, how dare you? Are we gonna still clear this? I don't think so. Nico, yeah. Yeah, so I literally need the I like didn't get erosion and I didn't get what's it called? Vulnerability. So there's that. I decided to break my early progression because I love experimenting so much. So boo me, I have access late game a few weeks later. Yeah, it's not gonna be crazy. Like you just won't necessarily be like at the stuff first, but you can still get there. And yeah, like I said, it's just really like stamina and investment stuff. Dude, I know I could use I was gonna use Marvel, but I'm trying to not use Marvel, but I could use him. Because the other thing is too, Marvel lowers resistances, so I would actually land more with my Dinah too. I should just throw him in here. We wouldn't be still looking at the screen. Oh, okay, yeah, now they're trolling. So you're just gonna have that much resistance? Yo, okay. So you just gonna troll me like that? All right, I got a trick for you. His name is Mar to the Val. And you don't sell ice cream. So, like, yo, they really tried. They tried it. They did. Let me see whose gear we're gonna give them though. Yeah, cause yeah, they're playing. No, we don't. No. Ramoka, Valerian. Who's is Kazio? I think Kazio should be fast enough. Yo. Honestly, I actually think I could do it if Dinah just lands. I need to put more accuracy on her. That's really what it is. But she's already at like, where's she at? She got to be at like a 1 something. Yeah, she's already at like 120%. So yeah, there's that. You said, how do you have so many preset slots? I just made them. I mean, I just saved the plan. Like they're free. You don't have to pay for those. There's a second part of the Animus Fate have Leon quest, or is it done after the first part? I don't think it, I'm trying to think. It had something, I think, for something, but I don't think it was Leon. I don't think it's Leon. I gotta look at it. I'll look at it in a second. I don't think it's Leon stuff though. What am I doing here? We could go, nah, let's see. I might not need the amp if my boy do what he need to do. Yeah, don't let her get a turn. Oh, now you land all 3? Oh, I need to make Marvel faster too. So I might swap their gear. Yeah, so we just finna not let you like really go like that. I think that's good. Yeah, CC the 2 ads is cool too. Yeah, I need to actually rotate him so that Dinah gets the amp easier. Somebody's dead here. Oh, never mind. That's so stupid. Did she go? I think she went once. Damn. Yeah, that's so random. Yeah, Marvel, bro, he just be doing stuff. But him with Mio is crazy. Marvel and Mio is crazy, bro. You said, do you know who the next banners are? No, we can only speculate is gonna be one of them is gonna be possibly Hoyan and Holden. We don't know. They might do a double banner. I have no idea. Light dark banner, no idea. I have no idea who that's gonna be. We don't have access right now to any test server stuff. They wanted everybody to kind of go into the game just kind of fresh and like no premeditated stuff. So we don't actually have access to see anything early. So we're waiting to see though what support they're gonna be giving us, like doing content and stuff. But they kind of took that. Like, they kind of took that. So she'll start target summons on Ramoka or Rosa. So I have no DPS at all. I have Lily and Heinrich. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like Ramoka has, and the real reason why I still pick Ramoka over Rosa is because Ramoka can freaking heal herself. Like that is just, and then like she makes Doki so easy, and it's not crazy. Like even when I was doing like my Doki stuff climbing, like before I even had her max, she was doing she was doing what she needed to do. It was really the targeting. You kind of make the runs more secure. Like you might go from like a 70% average to like probably closer to 100 as you make her stronger. But like, bro, she's nuts. She's nuts. I mean, the other thing is too, is like if you have like the proper damage amp to make her pop off even more, then there's that. But yeah, I like Ramoka to me just has way more utility, and she's not like, I don't know, like she's just not she's not locked into like a scenario where it's like, oh man, I don't got no heals. Like she like even her heal ability does hella damage. Like it's really, really good. And it's not stipulated behind anything. It's just, oh, I killed, I get to heal myself next turn and like nuke again. And then, oh wait, I killed, so my S3 is cooled down again. So it's like, really you're only skilling her up, not for cooldowns, but you're really just skilling her up for splash damage and damage in general, really. So what was that white thing we got? I don't even know. Let's see. Damn, that's actually not bad. So it's a Keen Eye with a Fury combo. Yeah, that's not bad. We'll use that on somebody. We'll see. We'll see. It has a three matrix on the 2 slots. You said that's a Rosa, but yeah. Bro, you see how the game be like trolling me? Because I'm not gonna take that off and put that on my Leon just yet, because that defense break that comes from Twilight Knight is still mad good right now. But yeah, when the time comes, let me see here. All right, I think we got 50, so we're about to summon, and then I'm probably stack everything else from here. You said is it worth maxing White Fang? Yes, White Fang is very good. White Fang is gonna give you more crit damage too. So yeah, White Fang is very, very good. And keep in mind too, remember, Mythics, granted, I will say this, it is very expensive, but Mythics have way higher base stats and their passive roll higher. So there's just that. Are you saving your mental stabilizers? No. I've been spending them. Yeah, I've been spending them. Yeah, so like there's that, right? Yeah, they're way more value, but they cost a lot more. All right, so let's see. Dupe Viper, we'll take that, cause Viper is my strip. And hey, look at that, it's Kachi. He said, "Where's Kachi the guard good at?" Where was I gonna use him at? It was somewhere mad specific I was gonna use him. There's nothing like dungeon wise that's super notable, like some of the base dungeons that you have to clear that makes him like a thing, really. Maybe the only thing I could think of is like maybe Doki. Because immunity there, and maybe on a slower team too, because when you're doing like a slower team, you have to worry about getting stunned, because if you get stunned, you die. So that's kind of how that fight goes. You either clear it really fast or you clear it slow, and you make sure you have like immunity coverage or dispel or purify or something, because otherwise you die. That's just like literally the fight. That, and then you still need to have what's it called? You said just saw your video in Aurora. It said Sania works. I can see that. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Yeah, it really heals. You need heals. Chiaki, I like Chiaki in there though. So that's who I'm using. Oh wait, I didn't do the free summon. Hold on. My bad. We did that wrong. It wasn't gonna let me single tap this time. All right, that's cool. Let me see where we're at though. 62. So we might have to use 1,000 crystals. We'll see. It says Viper good for the dot team. He doesn't. Well, Viper doesn't do any. He doesn't land anything like any dots or anything. He's like he hits a lot. He strips. He said, "Who you want to get next?" I don't even know. I don't know. I just kind of take whatever the game is giving me at this point. Like I kind of have my general bases covered, so whatever I get is kind of like, hey, that's cool. I'd say Kloss is really like one thing I would like, but if I don't get her, I don't get her. You know, like there's that. You said, did you check if Leon is needed after Animus Fate 1 completion? Oh yeah, my bad. Hold on, I'm gonna check that for you. Thank you for reminding me actually, because I completely forgot. Still can't get Obero, big sad. Yo, I'm building Obero, but after wait, is that my first one for Kazumi? I don't think so. I think that's my second. But yeah, I'm building Obero for my Aurora team. Like I'm like not even joking. Like I'm not even joking. Like I'm about to have her in there doing crazy stuff with her damage. All right, so let's see. You said why is Kloss good? She amps damage, and she can redistribute turn meter. Damn, you're trying to tell me something, game. I get it. I hear you. All right, let's see. Hold on, let me go back real quick. For the Hyperlink Charter, or you said the Animus Fate 2. I think Animus Fate 2, I think the last thing is in Animus Fate 1. I think in Animus Fate 2 has just been general. Yeah, literally all stops in Animus Fate 1 for Leon. You have to upgrade the 2 skills here, and then deploy Leon in Phoebe and Nightmare 1 one time. Yeah, so yeah, it stops there. Yeah, it stops there. All right. Let's do the last one here. I think, yeah. We'll go to Petty either way. You said, will I reset my Leon? No. I will not. So I was looking at Deity using the team. The team was doing like 60, 80k damage on Terra. Yeah, he hits very, very hard. Damn. All right. We got our Marvel on our hands. Yeah, he hits very, very hard. Yeah, the team hits very, very hard. I'm definitely gonna build him on my account. And I think we can do. I think there's gonna be one more, maybe. Unlucky if it's 2, but it's probably one more. Yeah. All right. I just sounded more drawn out than it needed to. Fungus. Sania? That's extremely unlucky, but lucky at the same time. That's crazy. Like, bro, that's funny. That's like, damn. All right, Duke one Miyu. Bro, I don't really consider that a curse, cause like, The thing is that like LDs are gonna be mad hard to get dupes of in comparison to everything else. Like some people gotten lucky, but yeah, that's gonna be you say yeah, it's a GG but not a GG. That's literally what it is. Yeah, he said, let me know if you remember what you said. I heard you mentioning need more support suggesting clause outside of anything. So for your for what I seen, bro, it was like clause initially, but then you sent me that you had clause. So really from there, you still got like picks like Rosa wouldn't be bad for you. She's pretty good. Tsukiyomi is actually not a bad pickup. I'm trying to think. You have Biotin. Actually, Biotin. I lied. It's Biotin. I would pick up Biotin. Not gonna lie. Yeah, if you don't have Biotin, I would get Biotin. Because if you have Klaus, then there's that. But Biotin is gonna actually be pretty nasty to have from the RGBs. And she's good for PvE, and she's gonna be a really nice unit for PvP too. He says Mia is just a better Kraken, essentially, like a more expensive Kraken. All right, well, there's that. Yeah, there's that. I guess we'll take the base stat raise. You said suffering from success, bro. Hey, we'll take it. Yeah, I just wanted to see what else I was gonna get, but the game said, yeah, nah, you about to just have all the same stuff. All right. From here, I guess I'm just gonna save everything. There's like really there's no need for me to pull. I'm gonna see what my probably my 14-day is. Because other than that, yeah, I mean, it's not really much else I really want. All right, Kat, take it easy, fam. Appreciate you for coming through, bro. You said, wait. He said, do you know what happens if player summons a max duped SSR? I don't know, because I have never pulled a max dupe anything, like or passed a max dupe anything. I would think what would make sense would be for you to get more currency for the summon shop, but yo no sé. He said, do they have? Wait, you said, do they just have a mass amount of coins? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but I couldn't answer 100%. I just haven't done it. Past like on a max dupe. And unironically, like I could go test it, but they, like I said, they took the test server counterways, so yeah, they can't do it. It's I managed to beat DokiDoki Nightmare 3, but I can't remember what I used to beat it. Is there a way to find out? If you go to your character profile icon thing, you can actually see, is it anima currency? Oh, is it the anima point thing? Is that what it is? Oh, that's the, what is that called? It's animal points, right? Oh, so they just give you the universal currency so you can go and buy the dupes you want. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, that does make more sense. But if you go to your profile and you go to this attack tab here, you can see all your highest clears in each dungeon if you just click on it. For SSR. Okay, yeah, that makes sense then. You say, is it worth to buy the 1200 crystal pack where you get 5 golden pools as free to play? I mean, you can. It's discounted technically, but it's still 5 pools. But I guess there's the fact that it doesn't actually go away, like in terms of like the pool investment. So like, say like you don't get anything, that will carry over to another banner. But yeah, I mean, it's technically cheaper. It said, what's the average mod main stats for DPS characters? 1 crit damage, and 1 attack bonus. Yeah. Yeah, that's like the average build for most DPS that attack scale. You said you refilling past 35 or stopping? Now I'm going to 40. I'm going to 40 because I'm gonna unlock the Ethernet rally and then I'll stop. Yeah, that's literally where because I'm trying to unlock all the stamina exempt content, and there's more resources and stuff in there too to get. So yeah, there's like the other thing I think people are forgetting is that this has a timer on it, so it's going to be resetting at some point. And I don't remember how close the timer was, but I don't think it was really long. So you said, is that better? Is it better to just use the diamond 1200 diamonds for normal pools? When you get a multi at a wider pool, I guess, is that right? Versus like if you're trying to get Messiah, there's a chance you can get an isolated chance to get them, right? But if you're pulling, like, if you're thinking like in terms of like fleshing out your account, the 1200 would still be better on normal pools because it's just a bigger pool at that point, and you get a multi, so it's 5 extra pools. So I get, it's kind of like weighing your options there, like what you really want to do. Do you like? I mean, even going for the multi, hey, Messiah might pop up, right? Or LD might pop up. So, all right, let me see here. You said, where's the module shop we unlock at 35? Couldn't find it anywhere. They might have changed it. Yeah, it might have changed it. It's you're talking about the module essence shop. Yeah, they might have changed it to 40. I wouldn't be surprised. Cause was it 35 Cyan that shop unlocked? It says the 1200 pack a weekly or once. I think it might be that 1200 one. I think it's a weekly pack. Yeah, there's a weekly pack. Is it? Yeah, it's in the weekly pack segment section of the hyperlink shop. So, and technically the multi here, like if you're pulling, is cheaper. The 800. So you didn't even buy the 800 one? No. I actually should have, now I'm thinking about it. But I already spent the extra 200, so there's that. It was 35. They might have moved it. Yeah, they might have moved it because actually, let me see. Can you still buy the... Hold on. I don't even see the module essence pack anymore. They took that out. Oh, it's out of here. They don't even have it in here anymore. Yeah, because they don't even have the module essence pack in here. Oh, I'm bugging. That's 2035. Unless oh no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I lied. It's right here. Yeah, no, it's still here. Yeah, my bad. I was looking at the wrong one. I was like, hey, well, there's that. He says summon more, bro. I'm not a gacha demon, bro. I like, there's no reason for me to. Just so I can enter dupe hell? Nah. So wait, they changed the shop. It was never a weekly section, right? Or am I bugging? No, that was always a weekly pack. That one definitely was. He said he already has every unit in the game. Bro, nah, I'm still missing stuff. I'm missing some heavy hitters. You know, Heinrich, Messiah, Rosa, Born, you know, Chloros, Veronica, Suki, Klaas. Klaas is the one I really want. But yeah. Yeah, that I'm missing some heavy hitters. So how many summons have you done? Like 350, like, no, I lied. 370. Yeah, 370 pulls. You said Born is a hard hitter. Yeah, he can hit hard, but he just doesn't really pair up with anybody. That's about it. But he can't hit hard. All right, let's see. We don't need to do that yet. We need to. All right, let's see. So are we going up right away? I think we actually might stay here and farm some Nico Nana on Nightmare, and then go into Hell, because you can't even do Inferno until level 50. So there is that. And I might be able to get a better Twilight Knight and a better what's it called? So I think modules might be tomorrow for me. Cause yeah, I'm definitely gonna need that pet. He's like, Klaas is such a top tier unit that people slept on. Yo, dude, I've been saying, somebody's asking me every day, who you want? I'm like, Klaas. Like, Klaas has always been good. She was actually the original limited banner unit. And I think they realized how much stuff she opens up in the game, and they said absolutely not. So yeah, we lost our chance to be class mains, you know. He said we need to stop hyping class or she's the next nerf. Nah, they're not gonna nerf her. She's literally been the exact same from when they implemented her in the game. They're not gonna touch her. If they were gonna touch her, they would have already done it. Believe it or not, she's actually balanced in the game. You know who actually was imbalanced, or who was a part of the imbalanced nuking that Dinah was doing? It wasn't Klaus. It was, or not Dinah, Hoyan. It was Dinah. The team was Dinah, Biotin, Hoyan, and Dinah, Biotin, Hoyan, and who's else in that team? Oh my God, it was who the heck else was it? It was Dinah, Biotin, Hoyan. I think it might have been Heinrich. Yeah. Yeah, I think it might have been Heinrich. Like, if you thought the team did damage, bro, Hoyan's damage was stupid. I don't know why they let her scale like that. So when they took her out the game, I was like, sounds about right. I was like, sound about right. You said, what does Hoyan do? She Hoyan had a really interesting gimmick. So she was able to basically cap scale herself like an extra, I think 120% attack, but that was on like a 400 and something percent multiplier, right? Yo, Kip's Afterlife, appreciate the sub, fam. So her gimmick was if she was killed, she would actually come back and ult again, and it would scale her attack. So she was one of the what you would call like extinction units. So if she killed you, you wouldn't be able to resurrect, right? But the thing with her is that every time she killed, she got stronger. So that was the other thing with her. So it was either you force proc her death, and you would get her to come back, and she would ult, and she would basically scale her attack. And PvP, it was just her killing, basically, right? Now, the strat was basically the left arm always would go like really fast. So you would make Hoyan the lowest attack on the team. You would pair her up with Biotin for the attack up and crit damage up. And then you would use, you would buff strip the immunity with Heinrich, and he would place his last word, which scales crit damage. And it also would scale, the chance of critting. So what people would do is they would like stack on a whole bunch of attack and a whole bunch of crit damage. So they wouldn't even really go crazy over the crit rate. It would just be attack and crit damage. It was like double crit damage pieces. And basically with one skill 3, she was hitting upward near like 120 something K plus, somewhere around there. And that was like just straight up speed. It was a speed clear 4-man comp. That's you only needed those four units. I think it was Hoyan, Dinah, Biotin, and Heinrich. Those 4 units literally could clear Inferno, Terramatan. Like it was like in like probably like 20-25 seconds. But it was like probably like 25 seconds, somewhere around there. It says the Ember Truck event bug said I beat a pet, but it won't give me the reward. It might be if you're not getting it. Yeah, it might be, but yeah, because as soon as you beat it, you should get the reward. He says same for me in zone 24. Yeah, so it's probably bugged. He says so Hoyan is an Omni level Avenger. Got it. She was. I can't say what she's gonna be now. Like, so they said when they took her out, because she was originally gonna be a unit that was gonna appear and launch. They said they were reworking her. So I don't know what they're gonna do to her. She might not even be remotely close. She might be different completely. Because when they took her out, they implemented the boss Shadow Flame Hoyan. So I don't know if she's gonna be more similar to that or what. I have no idea. So she could be similar or different or the same. We don't know. You said, how do you like the pick of the double LD? Yeah, I seen that, bro. Congrats, man. Yo, I think, did I say something? I swear I responded. Maybe me being dumb, I didn't hit enter. Oh no, okay, I did say something. Yeah, I was like, dang, bro. I was like, that's crazy. I'm like, that's definitely crazy. I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure I was like, you know, licking the salt in my wounds, you know, because you get an achievement for that too, which is crazy. All right, so let me do that. All right, cool. We're out of here. We'll let that do its thing. All right, so yeah, we're capped at 35 today, I think, right? Or we got one more refill. Oh, we got one more refill. Yeah, we got one more refill today. So yeah, it's gonna go to pets. It's no point in even trying to do craziness and at least terror. Let me see what Doki talking about though, because maybe they'll be a little nicer to me on Doki. Sasuke auto targets are all on the ally who has the most attack. Yeah, it's well, her skill 1 goes to the ally with the most attack. Her skill 3 I think is does as well. He said Biotin then cool, so I think it's under switch selector better than. Yeah, I think Biotin's a really good pickup, man. Like she really is good. Cause like I said, in a lot of the strats for like buffing stuff, Biotin's also good too because if somebody dies, she can bring them back. That's the other thing. So she's usually like super bulky, pretty fast, and then crit damage, attack up, damage reduction, and then when she brings the person back, she also pushes their turn meter. So it's not like she just resurrects, she actually pushes them forward too. So that's where like her value kind of comes into play. Oh wait, we need to yeah, appreciate you, Mira. I was just looking at it. I was like, wait a minute, I'm about to get clapped. Wait, am I using Marvel? Yeah, I'm using them. Damn. Maybe I can give her Dynas here. Or hold on, let me see. Are they even clearing? Are they? Oh no, they're straight clearing. Oh no, they lost one. Okay. So this might not be 100% then. I might give Marvel. And see, this is what I mean. Like, my Marvel is only 4-star. Like, he's not crazy. He's pretty slow. Yeah, I need that gear from Kazuyo. I'm gonna give him. Wait, but is Dinah in that team too? I think she is. Cause I went, or did I go damage? As a Mew. Wait, I gotta look at the team. I forgot my team. They might be dead. We'll see. Okay, yeah, she is in here. So yeah, I'm trying to think who I could take gear off then. Probably will take it off of oh, we got an artisan on Bloodbath. Imagine. I'm about to definitely build that too. Yeah, we got an artisan on Bloodbath. GG. Okay, so I'm trying to think who else I have on effect accuracy right now. I'm using both my effect accuracy units. All 3 of them. Yeah, I might have to wait. I might have to actually stop it for a second. Hold on. We'll stop it for a second and then we'll come back because I just want to test it real quick. Let me give Kazuyo the gear on Marvel. Yeah, that's her gear. Shenhaijing. And then let's see. I'm pretty sure it's still gonna be all pet though. You said how are the drop rates calculated in this game? I don't know. I haven't like gone that far. I'm gonna be 1,000% with you. I'm not even one of those people that like pull data and like none of that. There's probably gonna be somebody that pulls it now though, because we didn't have anybody to like pull it, and the devs definitely wasn't trying to tell us. So I don't know the specifics of how it's calculated, unfortunately. Okay, rotation. We're gonna take a little damage here. Not much though. Oh, Kazuyo can push back too. Oh my god. That yo Ramoka's busted. That's that. Cause she don't give a damn. Now, what might get us here is the second turn. We'll see. We'll see. Oh my god. Yo, Ramoka just like... And then her skill 2 is gonna heal. Okay. And... Don't hit Ramoka. Don't hit Ramoka. Oh my god. You almost killed Ramoka. We just need the skill 3 max. And that solves our hell problem. Yeah, her skill 3 being max, GG's this. Somebody's pretty dead. Of course. Hold on, let's try that again. Yeah. Yeah, Theo. Yeah, I was saying, yeah, Biotin. Yeah, I was saying Biotin's fine, bro. Yeah. I don't know if you had heard me when I said it, but yeah, Biotin's good, bro. He said, thinking if I should get a blue DPS since I have none, or get Biotin. I mean, bro, like for Aurora, I know what to do. You can make do. Like granted, like Rosa's really, really good. I'm not even gonna sit here and kid you and act like she's not. She definitely requires a good amount of investment, though. Okay, that's dead. It's still 1. It's just that 1. We gotta, yeah, we gotta like get past that RNG. I'm just gonna have to skill up Ramoka, and then that's GG. Yeah, so Ramoka makes that super easy. And I got mad effect accuracy on my whatchamacallit. That's all defense broke. Slumber? Everybody, please? Oh my god, he woke up. Yeah, it's just that 1. It's that 1. We'll see though. Because we could probably still beat it though. That's the thing. Goodbye. Oh. No, you woke him up with your pet. We might be able to do something. We'll see. Yeah, it's really just the nuking on the first wave, because if we kill that first wave, it's literally guaranteed to kill the second wave. Like it's just gonna happen. Oh, brother. Yeah, we didn't get any. That rotation was terrible. He said, how's Rahu in general content? It's only have Leon and Ramoka for DPS. Rahu is very good. He's very, very good, to be honest. And he's actually even better in PvP, too. Because you got to remember, too, like, stat scalings are different in each game mode. Like, when you're doing PvE and PvP, units will feel completely different. Scaling is just different in them. Okay. Yeah, that 1 keeps waking up, so she's a little too slow. Oh, never mind. That's that. GG. And then now we get the freeze here. Boom. Yeah, see, that's how the rotation has to look. Because otherwise, it's just not going to work. Slumber. Pretty sure that's dead. Yep. Oh my god. Yeah, see, yeah, that's what I mean. That's nuts. So yeah, once you get the splash skilled up, that's a good old-fashioned GG. Okay. Go skill 2. Boom. Oh my god, she got stunned? When did that happen? Yeah, slumber him. Oh yeah, he's dead. Yeah, there we go. Damn, bro. Like, yo, Ramoka does so much damage. Like, that it is crazy because her gear. Hold on, I'm gonna show you her gear, bro. I'm gonna show you her gear. This is the stupid thing about her gear. This is the gear I have on my my Leon. This is the gear I have on my my Ramoka. Like, she doesn't even have a crit rate piece on her. Like, it's crazy. And I mean, granted, that's because that's not because of choice. I just don't have one. You said who's better? What, SR? What, SSR for general content, Freya or Doki? You said in why? Well, Doki is a little bit more specific in terms of like knowledge of your rotation. She pushes the unit that's the furthest back. She's not a general, like, I'm gonna push you past everybody type of character. Like, if you're super behind it in like the rotation and your enemies are up here, she's just gonna group everybody up so that they're close together. She's really good for stacking like certain orders for like certain things. Like if you want like a certain type of character going before another so that you can like say maybe damage amp, she's really good for that. And then same thing for cooldowns. Like she has a ladder cooldown ability. Same thing with her her push. The thing that makes her really OP though is the purify that's built into her kit. And she has a unique buff that grants speed up, or it's a unique speed up and damage buff. So that's her unique aspect. He said YouTube chat's not showing on stream. Is it? Let me see. Yeah, I guess it's not. I didn't notice that the whole time because my streams are linked right now. Let me see if I can grab this. All right, hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I can update the chat. I'm gonna do this one. Yeah, we'll do this one. Okay. All right, let me see if it updates it. All right, let's see. Boom. There we go. We can use this one. This one actually merges everybody, so. All right, bet. There you go. There you go. There you go. We'll turn this one off. Appreciate you, Chang. Is that better? Yeah, that's better, right? It like kind of low-key says everything. It's like, so now it's gonna be like 50 billion chats going on. Imagine. Yeah, I might have to change that layout, but hey, it is what it is for now. It is both chats though. All right, cool. So does it blend? It does blend with the game UI, which is kind of unironic because I didn't actually pick that. Yo, what's good, Somatic? How you doing, fam? Damn, I forgot what I was answering. I was saying something. I can't remember what I was answering, chat. My bad. Like, dude, my bad. I lost all train of thought just now. Were I talking about Ramoka? I feel like I was talking about something else. I feel like it was a question specifically though, like I was about to answer. He said, how much investment in Kazuya? Like almost none. She has on I don't even think I skilled her at all. Yeah, her skills are level 1. It's just effect accuracy on her. So she has like 86% effect accuracy. And that's so that I can land I'm assuming you're talking about Kazuya the Revere. So those questions supporting. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. It was a Doki and the Freya. Yeah, I was like, that's literally what it was. Okay. Yeah, so it's that, right? Freya actually offers a whole different like set of abilities. So she offers turn meter push forward and turn meter push back. She attack up and defense up. The other thing is too is that she offers a debuff called Nightmare, which will allow you to scale your damage by 15% and also provides damage life leech. She also has an ability called Dreamweave. When debuff is incoming, it will shave or basically nullify the debuff or remove the debuff with one of the stacks. So that's her whole spiel. So she pushes the team every time somebody's received a buff, doubles the effects if she's the one that does it, and if the enemy is being debuffed, she doubles the effects if she's debuffing, or if anyone on the ally team is debuffing, then it further provides a pushback. So she does actually a little bit of both, basically. And then because of the interaction with like the nightmare and stuff like that, she can help keep characters alive and scale damage. So they're completely different. Freya's going to be very, very viable. DokiDoki's still really good as well. But yeah, she like Freya's like right now, like Cyan just figured out her pair, like I guess now, like because of the adjustments they made to Tiamat, like she pairs really, really well with Tiamat now. And that's because of the interaction of her unique buffs and debuffs. So you said Freya sounds like she would be broken with Rahu. Yeah, she can work really well with him. Yeah, because Freya really honestly works well with a lot of characters, to be honest. You said I can repeat my question. You said how does it feel to be streaming to 600 people? You said 413 on YouTube and 173 on Twitch. I mean, dude, like if I'm being honest, it's like not to be sentimental, but I feel honored, bro. I mean, really, as many people doesn't have to watch me. I like really don't consider myself to be like that, like some super extravagant person. I'm just kind of again some dude that just kind of likes to make content, and I just been super fortunate, man. So yeah, I feel like I just work hard. That's really it. That's it. Yeah, you Chew, like you guys have been here for a really, really long time. I mean since I started. So yeah, I mean for me it's just playing the game, man. That's it. I just only want to make content on the game. I don't really care about anything else. So like there's like people that are like, hey, what's your thoughts on this? And it was like drama. I'm like, I don't care. You know, like honestly, because at the end of the day, like if you're enjoying this game, it should be, or you're playing this game, it should be because you enjoy it. Like if at any point you're not enjoying this game, you should probably stop playing because you're just gonna hate it the entire time. Like, so I always tell people when they're like, this game isn't for me, I'm like, bro, hey, that's perfectly fine, man. Like there's no hard feelings. Like that's the point of gaming. Gamers are we play games. You know, like right, like and if you're not enjoying it, that's the whole premise is to have fun. So if you're not having fun, like I enjoy talking about this game. I actually genuinely have fun playing this game. So I'll stay up and do X amount of hours of streaming because I like talking about the game and it's fun, you know. But that's about it. So keep on kicking butts. I've been watching you since a bit before the last closed beta. Got me super hyped for the game. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean honestly, like I said, this game, like to me, it just had a lot of the things I was super interested in, and it's packed in the gacha. So I was like, all right, cool, you know. You say it's discovered because of T9, and you know what's funny, Josh? Right? So you probably could say the same thing. I said the exact same thing on Tribe 9. I was like, dude, I don't care, because remember when the whole issue happened for the gacha, I was just playing the game. I was like, bro, hey, I don't care if this game got like a 0.5%, a 0.5% chance of me getting something. I'm having fun on this game, bro. And it was just that, because it was like, and then when they did all the stuff, I was like, hey, it is what it is. But there was like all of that, like, and I'm like, I get it, it's a gacha game, but at the same time, I think for me, it's like I've seen so many games EOS just simply because the gacha didn't provide enough free-to-play friendliness to certain players. And they were still really cool games. It may not have been necessarily the most free-to-play friendly. And I was playing those games free-to-play. But it was just like, dang, dude, like, that's another game we just don't have. So it's like, for me, I'm like, hey, I'm just not gonna put a whole bunch of crazy money into the game, but I still want to play the game. Like, I don't want to EOS it, like, you know. And so I've like, what we're talking about, the almost decade I've been doing gacha gaming, and yeah, man, I've seen a lot of games come and go, and some that were like, I'm like, oh man, like that game had crazy potential, and yeah, I feel like it's that. Like sometimes it's like, yeah, the issue's really bad, but then like the stuff that's happened with this game, I don't think it's really that bad because we have a development team and a producer that's like, hey, let me know what you guys' issues are, and I'll try to fix them. You know, so for as a content creator, like that's usually the whole premise of making certain types of videos, is to be able to hear, you know, for them to reach and stuff like that, or like to be able to reach them. But like I can message them and say, hey, I don't think players really like this, and not even just I don't think, players don't like this, and they're not gonna get butthurt. They're gonna say, oh, okay, like let's try to do something about that, because like I'm telling you guys, in CBT, what it was like the earlier CBTs. Bro, the CN players were ripping them apart. This game, they're like, oh, the game's trash. This game ain't ready. Like all of that. And instead of them like saying like, you know, like we gonna be butthurt, they was like, okay, cool. Like we respect that. We're gonna spend more time making the game better. Like that's literally all they did. So every time they got feedback, they added more to the game. From stamina refills being more accessible for free to play, to them even adding the auto battle, to having you know, just a wider variety of units accessible for you to be able to get, having the banners be accessible to where you can just literally get every unit in the game. Like all of that stuff was progressive. Like it wasn't there in the beginning, and so they added all those things because players asked for it. You know, so there was that. You said, how am I 35? Stamina pots. Stamina refills max and stamina pots. I just spent them. You said you're just top mod. Low key, high key. You said, you said, can you show me your Doki team? Yeah, my Doki team right now is this. Let me see if they can do this next difficulty. You said, what do you think? We said, what about this one? Do you think it might be too pay to win in the future? The idea that, okay, so I'll say this. I don't think the game's going to necessarily be pay to win to where you don't have access to stuff. I think it's going to be pay to win in the sense of spenders are going to be spenders and free to play are going to have free to play are going to be able to do free to play things. So, and what I mean by that is like every game has some aspect of it that's pay to win, right? Because in reality, what makes these games tick are spenders. So they're gonna be in a tier regard. Like no matter how free to play friendly you try to make a gacha, and we got to remember it's still a gacha. Spenders are always gonna be in a certain place. Like it's really hard to like make a game and then have spenders spending where they don't feel like they're getting any value. Like that's a really hard thing to do, especially in the gacha. So I think like the main thing is accessibility. So even if a whale can do something faster, free to play being able to get to something, like say for example, like they increased the accessibility to being able to build up dupes, the currency for dupes, so people can get dupes quicker. That was to help with closing the gap so that you could still be able to compete. But eventually, like, yeah, like whales are just gonna, if they're like, say it's the guy that's spending $50,000-$60,000 on his account, would I say it's fair that a free-to-play is just able to clap him at that point, especially after he's been playing for X amount of time? Probably not. Like, it goes into, like, the Wagyu steak argument versus, like, a TV dinner steak. Like, you know, you gotta, like, there gotta be some value at some point. I would just say in this game, it's not so much to the point where, like, you're not able to do anything, but it's always going to shift into tiers. Like you're definitely gonna see tiers for sure. It's gonna happen. You said RTA is pay to win for at least the first few months just because the available play styles are broader. Yeah, always. And that's the thing, is that the longer you play, so you'll always notice it averages out when you stick to something. So players that stuck to E7, they're able to compete and do a lot of things. Like there's plenty of free to plays that go crazy in E7 that have been playing since day one and just been playing the game. And then you got people that, like, for example, in this game, those that are day one and stick with the game is going to average out because you're going to start having options built. They're not going to be able to just ban something and then you have nothing. So it's going to end up averaging out. They could just do certain things faster. And so free to play, the main thing for free to play, and even at this point, I would say even if you're spending, you still got to make smart decisions and like investment choices with like skill ups and stuff. But you can do things like slightly faster because you have a slightly more of a higher quantity. But you still have to make conscious decisions that make sense, especially at this early, because even whales that like dudes that spent thousands in the beta were finding like, okay, I spent all this money, but there's still free to play that's surpassing me in content because I made terrible investment choices. So I feel like for free to play, the luxury that whales get, which is to kind of be able to make certain mistakes. Free to play don't have that, not in the beginning, and a lot of your investment choices is going to basically be things that help push you essentially. You said this game has a hard stop on heavy spending. There really isn't a ton of shop items. Yeah, Acid, that's what exactly. So I talked to all the spenders that's like went crazy and they're like, bro, I was trying to find stuff to buy and I couldn't find anything else. And they already had made certain investment choices. And then once the reconfigure thing goes away to reset characters, their characters are just like that, right? Like that's what's on their account. So yeah, it's again, like free to plays can definitely get further and surpass people, even if that person is spending just because they make better decisions. And so granted, you're gonna have a combination of the two. Like you're gonna have some spenders that make really, really good decisions, It's like, yeah, I don't see much pay to win here due to the stamina cap. Yeah, and that's the other thing too, is stamina is like, granted, like again, spenders are slightly higher because they bought some of those level up packs, but they're not like, it's not like right now we're level 35 and they're level like 60. Like you'd be like, oh, okay, that's a huge gap in stamina. But most of them are like pushing like, they're like upper what's the current highest level you guys have seen? Because I think like it's probably somewhere around like what, maybe 37, maybe 37. 37. Yeah, like that yeah, 37 sounds about right. It said 36, 37. Yeah, so that's what I mean, like the gap isn't that crazy. So speaking of reconfigures, I've been using Sania. She's been working great, but I see everyone using Valerian. Should I jump ship? Sania's max dupe and Valerian's 4 out of 5 dupes. Dupes don't really matter so much like at this point. Like if you have the base unit, they're gonna go crazy, right? Valerian is just really easy and like very viable in a lot of content, even if you're getting outsped. So the play with her is to max out her skill 3, and she just basically death prevents. She like stops everything from like killing you essentially, and then you get a ton out of her buffs. You run her actually slow at that point when her skill 3 is maxed. When she's not maxed, you have to run her faster because she needs to actually use her skill 3. But when you max her skill 3 out, you run her slower. So that's how she works. And she's super easy. Super easy to build. Just a whole bunch of speed from the Swift Rush and HP. That's it. So finally someone explains when to build slow versus fast Val. Thank you. There's so many things to consider in this game. Like if it comes up, I'll But yeah, you build her fast when you don't have her skill 3 maxed. When it's maxed, you slow her down. So that's why I said she's even easier to build when her skill up is maxed out, because you need to let your allies rotate so they can take advantage of her shield up buff that she gives. You said Phoebian. When I was first building up to do my Phoebian Dream Chaser, I used turn meter pushback, and as much damage as I could get. I do most things, like especially a lot of the general stuff with like with my Leon. I was just in my Dyna. Like that's really what I use the most. And then like for the turn meter pushback, I mean, there's like specifically for that fight, Kraken can work. You have Marvel that works really well. If you got Mio, she can work really, really well there too. There's a lot of different options for that pushback because it's a 4-man comp. So 2 of those are going to be, one can be amp, one's damaged, the other can be sustained. So I use Valerian there, and I would say working your way up, you're probably going to use sustain unless you got something really cracked already. It's probably going to be sustain, and then once you get the pets, because I don't know if you're trying to get the pets first. If you're trying to actually get the pets, you're going to definitely need sustain. Once you get the investment on the pets, you can take sustain out and go more damage because you actually have the base stats and the better shell effects to do enough damage. So that's basically what you're up against. That's why I said like doing like when you look at things from top to bottom, it's not so straightforward as, oh, just equip Twilight Knight. you gotta get the pets first. So you're gonna still probably run sustain to keep your team alive. Get those first clears. It might be 60-70% 60-70% clear rate, but you're going to be progressively clearing it, and then you're going to be fleshing out your your pets basically. He said wait, he said I hope this game introduces skins and specialty. Oh, and wait, especially other ult intermediate. Oh, you're saying like having skins that change your ults? That'd be cool. I think that would be a nice spending point for people. You said Gray or Dyna? Dyna can amp way more, but Gray lowers your gear requirement for your crit rate. So, or stat requirement for your crit rate. He also still offers the defense break. He can also be built to do damage himself. Dyna can, but much later. You'd rather have her stay alive to damage amp. Definitely I would say more than not used for like trying to clear things much quicker, because you're trying to take advantage of the erosion and vulnerability, but there's also a lot of inconsistencies sometimes with it landing. So you have to at least get the, I think it's like to what, skill 3 or something like that, for her to be able to land her erosion a little bit more. But yeah, Gray's like, no, Dyna can work earlier, but it's just that like with Dyna, there's some inconsistency sometimes. You got to have a good amount of effect accuracy on her. So like right now, mine has like 120%. Gray is a little bit more of like buff. He's buff debuff, and he has damage. She's gonna be built, especially earlier. She's gonna be more bulk, and she's gonna be debuffing basically. So she has turn meter pushback. She has a few different things that are different about her, but she still works really, really well. So both can, they can work together. They can work in separate scenarios. Like if you have enough crit rate on your character, then you can go Dyna. But like in some scenarios where I don't have enough crit, I actually will go with Gray so I can crit more, and then I still get the defense break. So it just kind of, it all depends on what your account has. He's like, can Mew replace Kraken? She actually can. That's what I use in everything. Like low key. It's like how much is enough crit? You want to try to on average have about like, or push close as much as you possibly can to 70%, but you're not gonna have that right away. And then you also have to think about in areas where you're doing damage if you're disadvantaged, because if you're disadvantaged, you're technically taking a crit hit. So you lose 30% crit if you're taking a unit that's doing damage. Like basically in a disadvantaged scenario. You also lose 50% accuracy. So anytime you're trying to land something or you're trying to do damage, you always have to think about that, right? And then you also do 15% less damage. So that's, kind of that. But if you're like neutral or advantage, in an advantage scenario, you get 15% more crit. So when you're advantages, you deal more damage and you get 15% more crit. So you can factor that into what you might need when you're slotting in units as well. So it just varies based off of like, if you're trying to like say for example, throw somebody in there just to do some extra damage, they might be more sub DPS because they're at a disadvantage. They're not guaranteed to do certain things, versus like Leon and Terra is always guaranteed to do a ton of damage because she has the 15% more crit, and then she also does 15% more damage. You said does neutral get the advantage buff? No, they're just neutral. No, they don't get any buff. Yeah, they don't get any buff. It's like all you need is Hell Kid and it's a W. Wait, for what fight? Is that how is Dorothy the Wisher? Haven't heard anyone talk about her. Dorothy's a little bit of a pain, but she actually is really good in like later stuff. You just gotta have better attack stuff to scale her properly. She's a healer that literally straight up scales off of attack. So it's like when you're trying to like keep her alive, she can get hit really hard and just straight up die. Like it's kind of one of those things, but her healing converts into shield, but that requires you to like, it's like excess healing. And the only way you're really able to see a ton of excess healing is if you have a really high attack pieces. So that's kind of that, but she does work in general content. It's just like if you end up getting a like Sania though, there's that. Oh, my bad. You said Dorothy the freaking Wisher. I'm over here talking about regular Dorothy. Regular Dorothy's busted. Or sorry, Dorothy the Wisher's busted. She has like what is it? Is it a turn meter push in her kit? She got as a damage up, crit rate and life leech in her kit, which I think she's the only character that can actually give the direct buffs. So yeah, there's that, right? And that's gonna be good in a lot of scenarios. The other thing is too is if she's critting, which because she can give a crit rate up buff, it makes it easier for her, and that doubles her effects. So every single skill in her kit gets doubled if they affect crits, right? So that's really easy to basically guarantee because she's not actually hitting anything. So all of her gimmick is just literally based on her having high crit. So if you have her at like say 100% crit or even say 70% and if she crit buffs, her effects are going to be doubling. It's literally guaranteed. So you said, do you want crit or attack for more DPS? Ultimately, you're going to want for you to be able to scale your damage a lot, depending on the type of scaling unit it is. Like if it's your standard attack scaler, mine is Born and mine is Hell Kid, because yeah, they don't really count necessarily the same. But you're gonna want a crit rate, crit damage, and attack, and then later on, you're gonna really try to emphasize as much crit damage as you possibly can. Pieces naturally scale though, so crit rate is gonna give you the chance to basically double your damage essentially, or to like when you crit, that's essentially a chance to double your damage. Is really what it is, right? So critting is a way for you to basically get more value off of your attack, but also crit damage is required for that too. So. You said this reminds me of JJK days where we sit an hour at each screen. Bro, Dream says it's questions, bro. It's like everybody got a different question. And like if I'm doing this, I gotta look at it so I can see what's happening. He said, forgot her name, Redskin, Demon, Ishkat. Oh, Ren? Yeah, what about Ren? He said farm something in the back. That's what I'm trying to do my first clears for. But it's okay because my stamina wasn't capped. So, it's a should I prioritize the skill of my DPS, healer, support, debuffer, or one? It depends on the rarity. But if you're talking about like SSRs, it's more than likely going to be your damage. Like most of the content you need to clear is going to be skilling up your damage dealers. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can nuke this too. I'm almost certain we can. I might need more effect accuracy here. Nope. They're landing pretty much the same. Oh, brother, no sleeps though? Yeah, we need at least one sleep. It's a thing. Thank you for taking time to answer all the questions. I'm trying, bro. It's like, yo, it's so funny because I'm like trying to read both the chats. It's a task. It's definitely a task. But I'm chilling, man. It's all good. That's the whole point of the streams too. It's like people are trying to figure out how to play this damn game, because this definitely is not like a super straightforward in any way. Did we get a defense break there? Oh no, we might be just not be hitting enough damage. I can. Yeah, I can. Yeah. All right. Thank you. I appreciate you. But what was I saying? He said Chuck Prywin. He said she's rated higher than the Ting. I don't know what for. I don't know. I would be honest. I don't actually look at their stuff like for tier lists and stuff. I barely look at my own stuff. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, so I have no idea. I couldn't even tell you why. I have no idea. I mean, she's a shielding taunt. Wait, you're talking about Rin or Rin the Unbowed? Is it, which Rin is it? Because there's two Rins in the game. I don't think Rin is regular Rin. Rin? Regular Rin, no way. But Rin the Unbowed, I can see that maybe. Because she does a lot of damage. But yeah. Yeah, this game has so many SR alters. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. It has to be Rin the Unbowed. Okay, where? Yeah, it has to be Rin the Unbowed. Because regular Rin, she's taunt, shield up, and whatchamacallit, she defense scales. I think she has a defense break too. I think she does. Oh, you're talking about Rin the Unbowed. Yeah, Rin the Unbowed gets crazy later, especially once you get like the proper speeds and stuff. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this without I might need some of the higher gear so I can do more damage. But that's fair though. We could at least do Hell 1 though. That's pretty huge. Yeah, we can do Hell 1. That's kind of huge. Not gonna lie. I'm still gonna farm my pets though. He said I still wouldn't even put Ren over Dating because he's easier to build. Yeah, that's like yeah. Dating is easier to build too. And yeah, even getting to that point of having the crazier speeds, like having crazy speed is way harder than having like crazy attack. Like, oh, I didn't know it was that type of mill. Oh, you was cooking in there. Damn. I'm actually, you know what? I'm gonna come eat dinner with you. How about that? Yeah. Would you like that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Listen. Yeah, I'll eat dinner with you. He said, "Damn, what a good husband, I'm dead." Like, bro, listen. Hey, listen. It's Sunday, man. Like, you know, you gotta still make sure the real life waifu and real life laifu is is good. Bro, no, listen. Like, no, seriously though. Like, you know, you gotta make sure they're good. Yes, I don't think we're gonna be able to do Hell 2, so we can at least do Hell 1, which is cool. But I'm gonna just be in Nightmare Nigo Nana. No, man, listen. If it wasn't for Ms. Zox, there wouldn't be a Zoxaskun channel, right? Like, yo, Fastidious. Damn, I got rated. Ah! Yo, what's good? What's good, Fastidious? How you doing, bro? Yo, it's funny because I was like, yeah, I think I'm about to go eat. Yo, now I'll stream for like I'll probably stream for another 30 minutes or so. How'd your stream go, Fastidious? How you doing, man? He said, he said for Fastidious channel. Appreciate you guys for coming through, man. How was you guys stream? What'd you guys accomplish today? What'd you get done? He said, is it worth to Max Rosa's skill 2? I think it's her. Oh Christ! I think it's her skill. Is there a skill 2 and 3? I think it is. Yeah, I think for her, I think you damn near need to max that whole unit. But like, yeah, I think her skill 2, which I think general. That might be her PvP skill. Let me see. Yeah, because this is the damage boost to the Blade Bloom. So that and the follow-up rate increases. So that's actually, yeah, that's like a pretty massive thing for her. Because you can even like run this like at where it's at and like run her with like a Lily and you're cooking, but this is what scales her damage a lot. Yeah, that definitely scales her damage a lot. And then if you want the extra speed, I think it's in her skill 1 too. So, oh, is this skill? No, is this skill 3? It's skill 3. Yeah, so she has speed in her skill 3, and then she has the skill 2 for the damage ramp on her. So, yeah, dude, I like the other. Is that overlay? Yeah, I like the other one more. I'm gonna put that one back. Yeah, this one's better, right? Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to merge the other one. Yeah, you like this one better? Yeah, I like this one better too. Yeah, I was trying to help Chang out, but I was like, bro, I'm gonna have to figure out why it's not linking my both my chats. I have no idea why it's not linking both. But yeah, the other one is just, it's massive. Let me see something. Maybe I can let me see. I wish there was a way to not make it look like that, but it won't let you change it. It's like they have that stupid format for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why. It said, yeah, it's difficult to reach the shot focus DPS even skill even if I have Lily. Well, with her, if you don't max out, say like her skill 3, you get a 2-turn cooldown at like most with her. You said you're gonna go eat? Yo, Fast City, so go. Yeah, definitely enjoy your food, fam. Appreciate you. So I finished the Leon quest, so I can finally reset her ass. Damn. You just get rid of her? Dang, all right. Like, she gotta go. Yeah, you said that chat, the other chat was horrific. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we won't use it again. I'm sorry I put you guys through that. You said you got any advice for new player who's re-rolling? I would say just play, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't re-roll. I did 2 accounts and I just didn't re-roll. Actually the other account I'm playing like that. So it was like, so I literally just had this account and the other account. I'm playing both, but bro, re-rolling is so taxing. And then the other thing is too, is like you could like straight up get like the start you think you want, right? And then your account just rolls dupes. Like, or you can start and then you just get craziness like as you go. Like it's RNG. Like it's no like, it's not for sure, you know? Like it's really not for sure. You said being nice is trying to up the stream quality in a way where you can, as a viewer, for better viewing experience for yourself and for others. Oh, thanks for that. Thank you, Chew. You said reroll for Lilia. Hope to get Hell Kid. Easy progress from there. Hey, I mean, there's so many things you can get and start with that's like able to get you through content. Like I didn't pull a Lily. I mean, I have her. Well, I mean, I didn't start with a Lily, but I'm like literally beating everything. So like Mio was actually getting crapped on for like the first 2 days. They're like, oh, she's trash. I'm like, bro, but she literally is universal Kraken though. I'm like, she's literally universal Kraken. She just does stuff. You said it started with Klaus and Rahu. That's actually a pretty good start. I ain't gonna lie. You said that's your job, G. That's funny. You said where in the Discord is the union stuff? There's a channel. If you look, I don't even know what tab it's under. It should be under the what's it called? Etheria Restart channel, or yeah. Well, yeah, it's a whole tab. It's Etheria Restart, and if you look at, it should be a tab that says I think they changed the name of it. I think it's Union Zox. No, it's not that one. Union Recruitment. If that's what you're looking for, I'm assuming that's what you're asking about. Yeah, Union Recruitment. You post in there, and yeah, we'll get you sorted. We got a whole bunch of guild leaders in there, and they'll get you sorted based off of what you want. They'll ask you what kind of union you're looking for. We got a whole app. Shout out to EXO. He developed an app for the Discord to actually make it more organized for the unions to keep activity high. So yeah, that's Yeah, that's definitely that. Yeah, we are recruiting people. So like if you like, yo, I heard people like getting booted from their like unions and stuff. Um and you can definitely join my Discord and we'll get you in one. You said is Mio good though? So I put her on my main account, but I'm not using her. I mean I use her in everything. Like even without her using her CC free, she still turn meter steals and redistributes. She's my fastest character on my account, and I'm like straight rotating people with her. Like I use her more than I do Marvel, which is kind of saying a lot. Which, he said sorry to pile on the questions, but I wanted to ask: is there any place to post pics of my characters? I'm doing recently, so I'm struggling on Nightmare. You always post them in the Discord. Yeah, there's me. If I can see him, then I don't mind giving advice. Really, everybody's trying to help each other. So even in my union, like a lot of the guys in there, we're like super competitive. So yeah, all of them are like willing to help too. So yeah. Any questions you have, yeah, definitely don't be afraid to ask. You said, is there a cooldown when leaving a union? I think it said it was like 24 hours or something like that. Yeah, they say it was like 24 hours. He said one of your mods made a channel called Endgame Name where he wanted us. Yes, that's where you put. Yeah, you put your in-game name and you put your. That was probably the admin. So the admin, he's actually like, yeah, he does a lot of coding and stuff. So yeah, if he's saying something, it's for a reason. It's so that so that they could input everything into the bot, so that it basically was allowing the leaders to be able to track who's in their union, so that they can keep activity up. So he literally developed an app yesterday or day before. I think it was day before yesterday. So yeah, he's the GOAT. I gotta say, yeah. Shout out XL, man. He's crazy. He's crazy skilled. It's on live. I had no cooldown, so not sure I was able to attack Union boss immediately. Oh, so it wasn't there? Okay, so you might be able to. I've never left a Union though, so you said, how do you feel about Mia, the red healer? She becomes a part of my main team to clear con. She's very good. Damage reduction, cooldown. She still heals. She's not bad at all. I said the same thing before. It's like if you like Ling Lao, you're gonna like Mia. Mia is just a slightly different medium in terms of unit. But yeah, she still works. You can still slot her into things like Terra Matan. She can still work in things like Aurora. Like she's not bad at all. You said, what team am I using for this? Right now, to clear Nightmare, I'm using Mio, Marvel, what's his name? Dinah, I think. Hold on. Let me just do this. I can literally just do this and look at it. He said, thought I'd let you know the Discord link invite about the section seems to be expired, so the chat command won't work for me though. Wait, which one is expired? Wait, the link about the section seems to be expired, but the chat command won't work? Wait. What link was expired? My fault, fam. Because I try to update it. Oh, Dinah and Leon. Yeah, that's what I'm using. And yeah, it just does stuff, you know? So Miyu redistributes. She can stun the two ads on, or CC freeze the two ads on the side. And then Leon turn meter pushbacks. Twilight defense breaks. You get the resistance down pushback from Marvel. See, she just froze those dudes. And yeah, now I think we just kind of clean this up, and it's a good night. Have a nice weekend. Or now it's about to be the weekday, but he said, who would you change Mia out for? So I'm about to hit level 35. Wait, what are you doing though? They say your Discord link down below the stream. You know, so oh, that's right. You know what? Appreciate you for telling me that, because I keep forgetting that Twitch has a separate it has like the stuff down like that you can click down below. I keep forgetting about that stuff. So thank you for telling me about that, because I gotta update my entire Twitch. Like everything needs to be updated there. Yeah, appreciate that. Yo, chat. Actually, hold on. I gotta shout you guys out, by the way, because this is like a really big deal, bro. I've been trying to hit partner, for a really long time. I'm gonna be able to. I just applied for it, so I appreciate y'all, because that was like a really big goal of mine, and not even just so much like for anything else other than the fact of being able to say I was able to do it. So I just want to say thank you to those of you guys that are here that's making that possible, because yeah, that's a pretty big deal. And I entered into like the top, I think like 2% or something like that, which I think on Twitch is kind of like still kind of vast, but I was able to enter into like the top 2% on Twitch. So yeah, like seriously, shout out to you guys, because bro, it's like it's been a really long time, man. So I think you can reset your union dupe. Can I? I thought I already did. No, I did it today. I don't think I can reset it. It should be claimable, but I don't think I can reset it. Yeah, it's filled today. Yeah, because I usually get up in the morning and do it. Yep. Yeah, I entered the top 2%. So when you enter into a certain percentage on Twitch, they actually start to recommend your Twitch in like the suggestions tab. Is basically what happens essentially. So like most of the really big Twitch streamers are in the like 0 point something percentile. So like dudes like say Pirate Software or like TECTONE, and like those guys are in like they're in the less than 1%. They're not even like, that's why I said like that percentage is pretty vast. It's not like it's still an accomplishment, but there's a real big margin when you're talking about being in the less than 1%. I mean, even in that percentage is like it's crazy. When I was like actually looking into it, I was like, yo, like I didn't know it was like that on Twitch, but it is, I guess. So you said, I'm thinking of the team Leon Kloss, Freya Marvel for Terra Matan team. Is that a good team for Hell stages? Well, you said the team Leon Kloss, Freya, Marvel. That could work. I mean, yeah, you're still getting damage and from both Freya, Kloss. Marvel's gonna push back. He's gonna make it easier too for you to land your debuffs as well. And then Leon is gonna have turn meter still. The team, I mean, the main thing that I would say really scales those types of teams though too is like later down the line, like if you get like somebody that's able to increase crit damage, that's gonna really help out a ton too. Because the team like really is gonna shine too when he's able to have more things to help him boost how much he's able to do crit damage, or how much crit damage he does. He's really good though. He hits hard, but he's already gonna hit hard. So I'm not sure who you have more investment in with your Leon or the Ting, but both are really good in Terra Matan. And so even if one falls more sub DPS, they're still gonna be helping each other, because it's gonna be one turn meter stilling, the other one marks. So it makes it easier to kill the arm. So that's actually, so they're both really good together. They're actually good together. You said I have Shieda. Do I still need Ramoka? You don't need Ramoka. Ramoka is great to have, and I mean really great to have, but you can still clear DokiDoki even if you don't have Ramoka. It's just that you have to kind of reconfigure how you're going to go about building your team. And you would need to make sure that you have something to consistently remove the damage reduction. Requires a little bit more thought process, but it's something that can be done. And then you have to kind of factor from like turn wave 1 to 2, which is a little bit more of a thought process. Because like if you go into wave 2 with everything on cooldown, then you just kind of get murdered. That's kind of the thing there. That's why Ramoka is a lot easier to use, because as long as you do enough damage to go into the next turn, she's guaranteed based off of kills to basically be able to kill that next wave like basically by herself. She's definitely a big part of that. And yeah, you're gonna have to, Kazuyo is definitely like mandatory if you want to go the damage route for sure. Like that with the CC debuffing, that 25% extra damage is huge. Like it is like pretty big, because even Freya's is only 15%. You said yes, definitely fluffing the game, very fun. Said give it a try. I think you really like it. Um, it says, is it fine to reset gray and start building the ting? I mean, you can, but I mean, I don't necessarily see the correlation between the two. They're like two different units. So like Gray's still good to have. Like he works in a lot of content, and he's another low investment character. So you don't really have to, you don't really got to reset Gray. And even like I don't know like how you've been spending your evolution lattices, but like right now I got 9, and I've put basically I've probably spent more perfect lattices at this point, but yeah, I got like an extra 9, so you should be able to build up both of them. You know, yeah, you should be able to build up both of them. I used the wife waiting for dinner, Mr. Streamer. No, I said I was gonna leave in 30 minutes. We got like another 6 minutes. I was paying attention. Yeah, Dream Chaser trying to make sure I don't get beat up. Yo, you said, can a team with Hell Kid? Can you form? Wait, were you trying to say can you form a team with Hell Kid and Messiah? I mean, they could work like so. The thing with Hell Kid is a form of sustain. His Shroud Barrier is built-in shield and immunity, and then he has a attack down and reinforcing of his shield with his skill 2, and then he has a stun in his skill 1. So, I mean, like in reality, yeah, I guess yeah, they could work, but it just depends on what else you have on that team. He's really just there to keep characters alive, really, or to prevent incoming damage and debuffs. So he can do some damage himself, but he falls more into like a sub DPS route or role. And like typically, if you're building a Hell Kid, you put him on like something like Count, or like earlier would be Crossroads, so that he can get that massive 700 or more, depending on the pet you're using, attack boost, and then he also gets that life leech from it too. So yeah, it's pretty massive. Like it definitely makes a big difference, and how much you're able to scale him too. Lars Laurent, you said, you guys are amazing, bro. Appreciate your great content. Yo, I appreciate you for watching. Thank you. You said, may I see your Hell teams? So I'm only able to do right now Hell, Hell Doki. I can't do Hell Terror yet, but that's fine because I just need, I probably just need a better rotation. Hold on, let me see. I can show my teams from here. So for Hell Doki, I'm using Ramoka, Gray, Mio, Kazuyo, and Biotin. That's a straight damage amp team. Like, that's all that really is. CC Freeze is to help remove the second wave of damage reduction, and the first wave gets removed by Kazuyo. So Kazuyo rotates right before my Ramoka, and my Ramoka nukes. So yeah, that's that. My Terror though, I can do Nightmare 3. My Nightmare or my Hell 1 team almost can clear, but it's not enough. Like I think I just need honestly more damage. That's really what it is. So I'm gonna get my outstanding and my pets, all that stuff kind of going from for the next rarity, and I should be good to go. Aurora, I just haven't tried. I need to honestly build up my Aurora team more, but I've been kind of following the things that the game's been telling me to do, so I ain't been worried about it like that. So yeah, I still got to do that. You said any suggestion 1 to skill up, Sat 4, perfect lattice or lattice. God, always so hard to not say lattice when you read that. DPS wise, I have Leon, Ramoka, and Klaus, and which skill. So if you do Klaus, it's helpful with her, but you don't have to go too crazy. She kind of works out of the box. Ramoka, though, you definitely want to do her skill 3, especially if you want her to scale her splash, which is going to be kind of necessary to do DokiDoki better. Leon, it's nice to have the extra rotation on the skill 3 and making that max. So instead of 20%, you get 30% on the turn meter still. But in reality, you don't have to do that if you have good enough rotation or like turn meter pushback or like turn meter redistribute. But I definitely would say Ramoka is definitely a really big skill up investment for the skill 3, because that's a ton of damage that you're going to be able to get out of her. And it also increases her chance of stunning. So that's the biggest thing, is that like she herself will be able to remove the damage reduction on who she's hitting. And as long as she does it in the first hits and kills, that's what allows her to have the insane splash damage. So yeah, it's like stuff like that. Like, so as long as you're doing that, you should be good. And then I would say like Klaus, if you're not gonna go too crazy with like maxing out Leon, on Klaus, I think it's her, I can't remember if it was her skill 3 or 2, but I think it's her, I think it might be the 3. Like skill kit overload. Because I think that's the chance to apply the defense down, speed down increase. The hacking in progress is really big, so I think it actually might be, I think it's actually your skill 2. Because yeah, your chance of turn meter still also goes up. I mean, yeah, really for what it's worth, her damage amp ability, the more you're able to land that, it actually like evolves, or it has like a stack, and then it goes from hacking in progress to hack in. And once it transforms it to hack in, that's where the damage like gets nuts, because it's an increased damage taken by 25%, and then it additionally reduces damage dealt from the enemy by 40%. That's another reason why Klaus is so good, is like even in a slower team, Klaus can reduce damage by a crazy amount. So that's another reason why Klaus was like, man, like if you go fast or if you go slow, when I would do my slow teams, Klaus was like still in that team. It still also scales your damage, but she also is making sure you're not taking a ton of damage either. So she does help out with that too. And the defense down, speed down makes your enemies rotate faster or rotate slower. So yeah, she's just really, really good generally. You said Biotin or Klaus. If I had to pick between the two, I probably would still go Klaus, just because I know what I would do with her, like on a more general spectrum. But like, you need bulk and effect accuracy on Klaus. She needs to be fast. So speed, you can do effect accuracy early, and then once you kind of get the better pieces, you can just do HP, effect accuracy, and effect accuracy. She doesn't need really anything else. But between Biotin and Klaus, I would say if I had to pick between the two, I'd still go Klaus, honestly. Biotin or Hellkid, I would probably in that scenario pick. Oh, man, that kind of depends on what else you have. Like if you don't have like good sustain, Hellkid is huge, especially for terror. But if you do have it, I would say Biotin for the damage amp, because Biotin can also be used in Doki too. So that's the thing. Like I use Biotin in both my Terra Matan team, and I also use her in my my Doki team. Because if your Doki team, if you're going at least the damage route, should be fast enough to where she's not even in that fight long enough to really like have to worry about, like, even if she does die, if you're in the second wave and you killed the first one, you're fine. And if she doesn't get targeted, she revives someone. So like that's like the beauty in her. Like she's pretty nuts. And then she also has a damage reduction that still gets applied to the rest of the team. So yeah, she's pretty good. She's really, really good, honestly. You said if you're speed running, I'd say Biotin. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like if you're running fast, yeah, Biotin. And that's why I said, like, it kind of varies on like what you have. Like, because like if you don't have the pieces to make that go, like work really, then that might, like, another decision might need to be made. But yeah, I mean, other than that though, like there's even for the amp teams, like I've even seen people using a Dyna and DokiDoki, bro. Like, and you can like it just, it's a thing, you can. You know, so that's the thing. He said, what's the best team for Aurora? A best team? It would be any mix of like something like I'm trying to think of the strippers here. Like a Heinrich with probably a Rosa, and then Ling Lao for the counter gimmick, for countering the gimmick for the heal. And then I'm trying to think who else you could put in that. That'd be kind of a thing. Really, honestly, damage amp. So Dyna could still work in that team. You said thinking of strippers, huh? Yo, hey, strippers are always on my mind. You know, you got you got Viper. You know, Viper's actually really good in there too. Because if he's really fast, he can open strip, and he has all the counter hits. and all those counter hits basically lead up to him being able to lead up to him being able to actually use a skill 3 again. So Viper is actually probably one of the better in slot like RGB units that you can pick up. That's a lower rarity because of how his kit works. So he's really good for stripping on the open there. So basically I have the team max skilled, then Biotin. I mean, you don't have to really dump anything into Biotin to make her work. Her value comes as soon as she uses a skill, right? So out the box, Biotin has value. Like, so her value is that attack up, crit damage up, and the Underworld Flower. I mean, you can, like, if you do go skilling her up, it'll just increase the value of it in the cooldown. But in a lot of cases, you're trying to beat things in like 2 turns if you're putting her in the team, really. Like later on when you're doing like PvP and stuff like that, yeah, you might actually like put more in her then, but really you just put her on the team, she just does stuff. He's like, yeah, she's 0 invest unit purely for fast clear. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, you like literally just let her buff and she goes crazy. You said it said I didn't have any stripper last night, and today I have Viper and Heinrich. You can honestly pick between the two. Both are extremely good. Like I would say Viper obviously gets locked out of like other content, but when you're talking about like Aurora, yeah, he's the guy. You said how's your progress in Nico Nana? Nico Nana right now, I was able to do Nightmare, so I'm not in the next one yet. I didn't even try the next one yet. I probably could do the next one, but let's see. Oh, we got another Striker White Fang, so let's see. We could try it. We'll try it real quick, and then we'll head out. Hold on. Let me see. I didn't even bother though. I was like, nah, probably not. But I might be able to. We'll see. We'll see. I know. Is it gonna be consistent? Probably not. If I do clear it, it's probably not gonna be consistent at all. Not right now. We'll see though. Okay. I'm still kind of hitting kind of hard though. For me not really have landed all of that. Okay. He said I just tried a $100 bag of chips. It was actually good, but not worth the price. Wait, $100 bag of chips? Where you get a where you get $100 bag of chips from? Oh yeah, no, they're murking me right now. So we're like what, half health? So I can clear the Nightmare, but Hell is like, nope. They said, where your mythic pets at, bro? He said gold-plated chips. Yo, that's funny. Yeah, that's a big no. It's like nuked my tankier units. So yeah, as soon as they hit DPS, they're out of here. Yeah, so I could do Nightmare, I guess. I guess that's where we're at. We're at Nightmare. So that's where the remainder of my stamina is going today, is into my Nightmare pets. He said, do you think Mew's enough for Hell, Inferno, DokiDoki? Yeah, that's actually it. Yeah, because I mean, if you're, well, it depends on what strat you're using, Jav. Because all she needs to do is rotate one time. And when you rotate into the second turn, if you kill that first turn, you literally should be in front of the enemies anyway. So you kind of are guaranteed to go first the second wave as well. So that like the enemies naturally all start stacked in the back. So unless like you have like 0 speed, then you're not gonna get out rotated at that point, especially if you have like the investment in your team. There we go. So yeah, you should absolutely be fine with that. Especially if you're going for like the damage route. He said Sasha brought home swag from Michelle. They had it was a $100 bag of chips on a TV show. That's crazy. See, now I'm like, I gotta try that. Yo, he said Mew Marvel is so dirty. Oh, they're really good together. I can see why they nerfed him, because at first I thought it was like, oh well, we were abusing him, which I think was a part of it. But if Marvel was exactly how he was before, bro, I don't know. Like, I almost think it would be like a must roll. Like, and it's like, I don't even say stuff like that. But I'd be like, yo, you low key would go straight Kraken, Mio, and freaking what's it called? Marvel. Like, even really just between the two, like really just Mew Marvel at that point, because his pushback was just ridiculous. So I wanted to use Marvel, but he was inconsistent for me. Yeah, Marvel also lost his cooldown. Like, dude, if he had the cooldown still on him, man, Marvel would be putting this game to sleep. Like, he would put this whole game to sleep, man. He said, "Can I see your team for what? Dungeon?" You said my DokiDoki team. Right now, my DokiDoki team is this is my DokiDoki team: Ramoka, Gray, Mio, Kazuyo, and Biotin. He said, "Are you free to play?" I've spent, I think, on this account, I bought a $1 pack, and I had the monthly pass, and I bought something else. I think that was $1. I think I bought two things that was $1. I think so. Yeah. So I spent the $1 for a multi, and I spent another $1, I think, for another multi, and then and then I got the monthly pass. So yeah, it really honestly is RNG. It was like more RNG than anything. I didn't like buy a crazy amount of like pulls. Like, in terms of like paid currency that I've gotten pulls from, it was like really those packs, and it was 20 multis. I've done about 370 multis. Wow. 370 pulls. And 20 of those came from those packs. But everything else was from the game itself. So you're going to get that mythic pack that reduce cooldown? I hope so. I want all the mythic packs, really. How many times did you reroll for this account? I didn't reroll at all. I just started playing. I genuinely don't reroll. I just played with whatever I got, and my account rolled good enough to where when I used my selector, it was to basically fix the team I had the worst luck on, and it was basically my DokiDoki team. So I basically pulled for Ramoka on my target summon, and then everything else I've just kind of pulled along the way. My roster, yeah, I can show you. Right now I have Leon, Ramoka, Mio, Shira. I got Biotin, Freya, DokiDoki, Hell Kid, Rahu, Lily, and yeah, that's all my SSRs. Yeah, that's all my SSRs. So I think it's like 11. I have 11 of them. And then I pulled a dupe of Mio again. So really, I pulled 12. You said, how did I build my Biotin? My Biotin is built... What is she on right now? Swift Rush. This is my DokiDoki gear, technically, though. But it's just HP defense. Really doesn't matter. I just need her to go fast. So, yeah. That was that. This roster is crazy. Yeah, it is really, really crazy. But yeah, straight through. It was just luck, bro. So there's some people that like said and I know for a fact that spent like a ton of money and they like didn't get nearly as many. That's why I keep telling people, I'm like, bro, like, you know, it's like if we're talking about like if for what it's worth from the rebate, I spent $5. So like that's why it's like kind of trolling saying like well account, because it's like sure, I guess. like in reality, I think my average, like before I did the pulls over the last couple of days, was like 25. Yeah, it was like 25 average, I think, for me to proc a SR. It's probably a little bit higher now, or SSR. So it's a little bit higher now because I did like those extra 100 pulls, but it was like 25. And that was when I was at 10 SSRs. So you think there's a point I should stop pulling on the standard banner? I would say, like, for me, like, if I probably would have got around like the 250, 300 pull mark, I probably would have maybe used my target selector. I know some people are trying to hold on to theirs as long as possible, but I'm also trying to consider like the possibility of like me maybe also pulling on a whatchamacallit banner, like the next rotation of banners. So yeah, like it just kind of all depends, like really what you get, because depending on what you get can kind of determine how soon you can use your whatchamacallit banner, target banner. He says it worth buying crystal supply pack 1 and 2. Yeah, I don't. Hold on, crystal supply pack 1 and 2. Oh, these are always double value. Yeah, these are always double value. So these are definitely worth buying. I think these are the ones you're talking about, right? Crystal trade. Yeah, so these are always worth buying, because they're, especially the first ones. You said the weekly? Oh, is it the weekly one? Let me see. Oh, these. Oh, yeah, these are actually discounted. So technically, I should have bought this. I was being kind of dumb. Yeah, I definitely should have bought this already, because this is technically 200 crystals cheaper to get a multi and 50,000 Etheria coin. I mean, not that the Etheria coins like matters too much here, but like, yeah, it's 200 less crystals that you're getting, that you have to spend for a multi, basically. And then this is technically, so if you think about how much it costs to do 5 pulls on the LD banner, the LD banner is 3,000 for a multi, and it is 1,200 for 5, which means you're getting a 300 crystal discount. So that, like, for me, it's like, would I get the second one? Probably not. It's a weekly pack. No, but I mean, if you do buy it, it's like like say you don't get anything on that banner, it carries over to the next one, right? So I guess that's kind of the luxury with that, I guess. But other than that, no, I would probably just get the first one every week at that point. It said you're saying a singular pull or saving a singular pull off of that. It's off of that one. Yeah. I wouldn't buy the second one, really, personally. It is discounted, but it's definitely saving you 1 pull, like, basically. Whereas the other one's saving you 2, but 800 gems is not bad. So I think the 800 gems weekly pack is a must-buy weekly. You eventually want to summon on banners, not just refill energy with crystals. Yeah, once you get into arena, right? Because that's the other thing. Once you're looking at like your ETH arena, and you're like talking about what you get weekly, right? Let me see if people are ranking me up right now, because I don't know. Oh, that's like I only got 4 defeats right now. 6 victories, 4 defeats. So people have been ranking me up though. And I just lost this one. So they're probably faster than me. Okay. But like, let's say for example, you're in what, gold? Excuse me. Let's say gold right now, that's like weekly is like 240, and then you get 480 for the season. So I think realistically, most people are probably going to want to get up here if they can to like diamond. Definitely probably going to want to be around like the diamond. But we'll see how it fleshes out. I know there's a lot of people in platinum. It said my Freya claws are fast, so all these lilies keep trying to get me and getting cooked. I need to actually like sit and like make somebody really fast, because like Mio's really fast. She has a 121 base speed. Like that's pretty fast. Because I know like some other units are up there. I think Klaus is up there, but yeah, she's pretty fast. Yeah, she's pretty fast. I think Klaus is like 117, I think. Or is she higher? She might be higher too. No, 128. Once she's, yeah, that's kind of like, Klaus is pretty fast too. And I think Lily is 127. So technically, Klaus is faster than Lily. Technically. So yeah, she's 127. It said my 212 Marvel has been catching people. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Guess that's the arena is tower mode mixed with roguelike games. It's basically PvE. It's like it's kind of really what it is. That one speed difference, like you don't think like, and it's actually not gonna be crazy. Even like, so let's say they both had maxed out speed rolls and gear and stuff, it would cause them to contest each other. Like one would like it's like it's so close. One's gonna like it's possible one can go before the other because it's so close in speed. So yeah, that's gonna that's just always gonna be funny at that point. It says literally one speed diff. Yeah, so they're like they definitely can yeah, they definitely can cut each other. So yeah, that'll be interesting. So people out here with 250 speed Maxwell. Yeah, that's nuts. 250? My highest is like 202 something. What is it? 206? But I also haven't really been going crazy trying to level like and trying to get speed and all that crap yet. It's also I see people not gearing their units, trying to CC down. Ah, okay. Yeah. So my account is blessed and cursed. Missing 12 SSRs and only 1 LD. Oh, and that's Mio? Bro, that actually is kind of crazy though. Yeah, Klaus is really good. He said, would you reset Kraken and Marvel to build fully Dating and then reset Leon to build Klaus or a different SSR? No, I really wouldn't reset any of my, like Kraken and Marvel are really big to progression. Like they're not like Dating just does damage. So like Dating also like still needs people to get him to the point of being able to hit. So like Marvel can do that. Kraken can do that. You know, like, and even just in terms of like the amount of currency you'll get, I don't know how much you've dumped into Kraken and Marvel, but like realistically, you would only be putting into like one skill on each of those. So you should be able to still build the other units, you know? So that's the thing. You also need 10 to 15 people by 40 for Ethernet rally. Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah, you need a roster, and you're gonna have enough to be able to build that character up too. It's not like you get way more evolution lattice than you do what's it called, perfect. So you think CC units like Marvel will fall off once people start getting immunity sets? He'll rotate in and out. I mean, he'll be countered, but then people are going to start building a counter to the counter, and they're going to start stripping your immunity before you get to, like, they're going to start buff stripping. We're going to start seeing the meta flesh out. So it's going to be moments where something's super prevalent because something is implemented or comes into play, and it's just going to be a constant rotation. It's going to be a constant rotation. So that's the thing. Like it's going to start out speed meta and like the CC lock and all this crap now. But yeah, eventually it's going to, and it doesn't take long either. Once people like, probably like in week 2, really, people start building into some of that other stuff, then it's a CC cleave is a thing, even with immunity gear. People need to prioritize building more buff strippers. Yeah, buff strippers are going to be massive. That's why I'm building Viper, and Mizuki is definitely on that list too. She's nasty. So I'm about to skip worrying about speed and just build bruisers. Mizuki built, Rahu in the works, and Viper next. Yeah, I mean, acid, like that's valid. Like there's only but so much that like I felt like once I got like my one character that I'm really trying to like have as rotation, I was like, okay, if that gets banned, I don't want to necessarily rely on just rotating. I want to actually be able to play into another play style. So that was like kind of my thing. That's why I'm not going crazy. Like my Mizuki is literally my fastest character, and I don't really care about, like, everybody's like, why didn't you build Lily? I'm like, I mean, yeah, like I actually want to build something else, because the other thing is too, like I feel like the more you try to make your roster all about speed, it's harder to build speed, because now you're talking about I got to get the perfect speed sub rolls, versus like if you're trying to build something that like it's like say playing a little bit more into like bruiser, like building up a really well built Rahu is not as hard as people think it is. But trying to speed roll and get sub god roll, like, or getting the most optimal rolls on speed, that's going to be a whole process. Some people are going to get really, really lucky, some aren't. So yeah. You said not trying to be that guy. Oh yeah, I am. Listen, see, you give me the gap in, and there we go. Guys, I gotta head out, man. What am I gonna have going? We're gonna have 2 more videos. I got some general videos for you guys. I was finally able to get those out. Appreciate you, Dream Chaser. But yeah, we're gonna have those up because like a lot of people are still confused on like some of the prioritization stuff. I have a video that talks a little bit more about gear from a beginner perspective and some of the things that you can do. So I'm gonna try to have those videos out by tonight or tomorrow. I'm gonna check with my editor and see if they're already done. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get those out because there's like very, very surface level for those that literally know absolutely nothing. So yeah, we're gonna try to get those out. But again, guys, if you have not, definitely make sure that you guys like and subscribe to the channel. If you're on the Twitch side and you're coming from Twitch, I also do make content on YouTube. I'm doing a currently doing a whole series where I'm going day to day, talking about everything. It's literally step by step. I'm going through the entire process. Granted, it's a little bit of a watch. Some of the videos, like my longest one is like 2 hours. That was day 2. That's probably like your longest day. But every day is about like I try to condense it to about an hour. And it's gonna get shorter each day. It's not gonna be crazy. But that's gonna help you with like kind of understanding why I'm making certain decisions in my progression. Alternatives, I talk about that quite a bit. If you have certain things versus not. The hyperlink charter, how to kind of follow that is really important because if you're not following that, you're just gonna miss a lot of resources. So yeah, that's all in the channel. We'll have day 5 tomorrow, see how that goes. But yeah, guys, I appreciate all you guys, man. Again, shout out to Fastidious and the Fastidious crew for coming through, and shout out to all you guys that gifted memberships and subs and all that stuff. I really do appreciate you guys. But yeah, all you guys have a blessed day, blessed night, man. And yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, peace.